Wait a minute. What's this? Shit.
Yeah, well, this is about to be an interesting show. This show is supposed to go one way, but I got outvoted and vetoed, and it's about to go a whole total different way here to start this night out tonight. I thought we were going to talk about this and that, and everybody said, nah, skip that. We're going right to the juice today. We're going right to the meat and potatoes of this thing today. Thanks to Kendrick here. Kendrick, yeah, I mean, you already got people. You already got people here commenting. Look. I love you guys. People already can't wait.
Oh man, you know what? You know when you in the I guess you want media or podcast, you do sports like this. You dream of days like this. You wish upon days like this. You know what? You have orgasms of days like this. It's not far. Let me tell you something.
And you know what?
I had the biggest one.
This other one here, she ought to be ashamed of. She just ought to be just so ashamed of herself. She usually busy on a Tuesday night, can't find her. She done cleared her schedule to come on here and talk about this mess that doesn't happen early today. Y'all just messy.
I didn't go to work today. I
bet you didn't. I bet you didn't.
I was sick.
Yeah.
I went to work today.
Yeah, but when Jared melted down, you just felt all the way better again.
No.
Yeah, you feel all the way better. You say.
Hold on. I went to work today, and it was a normal day.
No, it wasn't.
But then I started hearing the group chat. And I saying, "What? I mean, y'all just blowing up this group chat up." So I clicked on it, and then I read it. Then I pulled over because I was actually reading on my phone while I was driving.
Hey, man, you got deliveries, man. You can't be pulled on the side of the road.
Yeah, that's right. So I pulled over.
People get their deliveries late because of you.
And then another one came down, and I read that one. Another came. Then by that time, my supervisor was saying, "Hey, don't you supposed to be getting this way?" I said, "Oh yeah, it's right." So about 30 minutes later. When my supervisor said,
"Well, you about to lose your job trying to."
He said, "I guess you just use your lunch break." I said, "I guess I did, but this is too good." So
wait a minute. Stop the presses. You done lost your lunch break. Over to the side, trying to watch this.
And then I say, "Well, I'm gonna watch this up." So I went there, and then I replayed the Jerry interview on 105.3 the fan. Good people over there. Sean, guy I follow, me and him real cool. RJ, now we've gotten cool. We used to not be cool, but now we cool. And I mean, it went 1 to 100 in about 5 minutes. I mean, when Jerry said the word bullshit, I knew it was gonna be. I said, yeah, it's got to get turned. And when they asked him about what do you feel about the word quit, he really got turned up, and especially about how the players. What about the players? Are the players good enough? He really got turned up. I mean, you want to talk about a man that just got mad. I mean, he was threatening leaving the show. He's threatening guys' jobs. He was threatening. I mean, he was talking about. He rather talk to fans. And what Jared doesn't know is that the fans feel the exact same way that the guys who are talking to you about. In fact, most of those questions they get are from the fans. So it was just a wild. It was a wild morning, wild afternoon. Man, I enjoyed it. If you guys know me,
I know you. Anytime you can get my guy on a meltdown or messed up, you love that.
listen,
You love that.
listen. Jerry had a senior moment. You know, he needed his pills, and nobody didn't give it to him. But I enjoyed it. I wish this happened. This would happen every week. I mean, I love Jerry in full bitter mode. I love him. I love it in full bitter. It's more interesting. I tell you what, that 23-minute interview was more interesting than the season was. I guarantee you that right up this point. I'm locked in, man. I'm locked in.
What Kendrick is referring to is earlier today, my owner, for lack of sake, and I had to put this out there on Twitter. My owner embarrassed himself today, and he should be ashamed. He should be ashamed of the way that he conducted himself and the things that he said today. Now, Kendrick gave a backstory about his Sean Sharif and RJ Childs relationship. My relationship with Sean Sharif and RJ Childs goes way deeper than Kendrick. See, me and Sean Sharif are damn good friends. I have Sean Sharif's number in my phone right now. I can text him if I want to. Sean Sharif is a good friend of mine. Sean Sharif used to throw the best pool parties in the world that I used to go to. That he used to invite me to. He used to make some of the best brisket. Sean Sharif is a damn good friend of mine. I learned a lot from Sean Sharif in this business. He showed me a lot. RJ, hell, I just seen RJ Choppy a couple weeks ago when we were at Hurtado's barbecue or whatever. Anytime me and RJ share a room with each other, it's nothing but humble and respect. Got a lot of love and respect for RJ Choppy. Choppy's one of my favorite guys. Matter of fact, we've had Choppy on this show before. Anything, and shout out to Bobby Belt. He's new on the show. But today, for lack of better say, I would say that they were a little bit disrespected today by the owner of the Dallas Cowboys. And I don't want to
They wasn't a little disrespected.
Yeah.
They were
I don't want to hold this. I don't want to hold this any longer. I'm gonna let you listen. If for those of you who've been living under a rock and missed it, I want to play some audio for it. We'll go piece by piece and we'll break it down. But I want you to listen to this audio. This is from earlier on Sean and RJ on 105.3 The Fan. This is part one.
Well, first of all, where are you going to go to get any players? Seriously, where are you going to go to get any players for the next week against San Francisco? Now, number one, I've seen these players. I've seen every one of them execute like you want the plays to be executed and do their job within the role. That didn't happen the other day, and we paid the consequences for us. But I've seen the players do it. I know we have outstanding personnel, very outstanding personnel. We just made our quarterback the highest paid player in the NFL. We just topped the receiver list charts. So we made our bed relative to how we're going to approach with our key people with the team. We were shorthanded out there on defense, but everybody gets shorthanded. That's really not an excuse in the NFL. Your depth should step up there, and you should be able, if you can, to compensate to some degree. You can't compensate for the gap, so to speak, that we had between the way our offense played and the way we were supposed to play. Now, I want to give Detroit a lot of credit for that. They came after us and got after us, and they put guys on top of every offensive lineman you had, and they came at it and put the kind of pressure that gave Dak a lot of problems and gave our running game a lot of problems. We've got to be able to handle that.
Jerry, I think the counter back when you said, where are you going to get the players? You can't get them this week is, and you're aware of all the off-season topics.
Yeah, but what is your counter? What is your damn counter?
My counter
I really want to know where you would go get it. Now, don't tell me about should gotten a guy in the off season.
Why not?
This isn't a damn word argument just because I'm not arguing with you. I'm dealing with how we line up against San Francisco, not what I did wrong last week or last month or 2 months ago or 2 years ago. If I really gave you guys a list of all the things I've done wrong over the last few years, you couldn't be on this program for the next 5 years steady and go over it. But every now and then you do some right things, and at the end of the day, you add it up, and the rights give you a better spot than the wrongs. But if you think for any minute right now, there'll be one Super Bowl champion. What do the others do wrong? There's one Super Bowl champion. And we want to be that champion. And I'm sure not throwing the towel in today because of what happened out there Sunday. But I'm not going to sit here and waste a lot of energy, a lot of time. Let's talk about what I should have done back in 1907 or 2017. Ben, come on. I've got more time than that, and I actually don't even have time on this great show for looking back at decisions.
Okay, Kendrick. I'll let you go first on that part.
Obviously, Jerry was triggered with the players. In fact, he brought it back to. He knows it's an issue because he brought it back to this offseason. Actually, he took it to the offseason, and he knows that the Cowboys, whether it's national media or local media, didn't do anything in this offseason. And he made the comment that, quote, "We're all in." That was his comment. And some folks, as far as, media personality or fans, believe that. I didn't believe it, but some fans, the part of fans, nothing happened. We just drafted some players, and what was our all in was, as he said it, signing CD and Dak. That was all in. But the fact of the matter is that Jerry knows he doesn't have the horses to win this. He knows this is not a Super Bowl contending team, or he knows, hell, he probably realized it's not even a playoff team if you really look at it. But what Jerry is still, he's trying to balance that line. He still got to sell it to the fans as it was, because Jerry's in the business, in the market of marketing, and his business is marketing and it's branding. His business, in my opinion, is not winning football games. It's winning football games to accomplish the brand. And anything that disturbs that, Jerry has a problem with. Now, this past Sunday, Jerry's the brand was disturbed because I'm just telling you from what I heard in the building, people in the building, okay, people in the building.
You got deep throats over there in the building.
Yeah, people. I had relatives and guys and people who were colleagues and my work and friends who went to the game, and there were chants. Not only if Cowboys sucks, there were chants close to around with Jerry. His booth is or suite is that Jerry sucks, and it said, and AK fire the GM. I don't know if Jerry ever heard that in his own stadium, that he sucks and that he should be fired. So that was triggering, and that was from the fan base saying that he's done a poor job. Him and Steven has done a poor job with this team, and that was the trigger. Jerry doesn't want it to be about him or the players. And if it goes to the players, it is about him because he picks the players. And he's trying to tell you, hey, where are these players going to come from? Because of the fact of the matter is, this team's not good enough to get players. I told you this before. They're not one player away. They're about 5 or 6 players away. This is going to take another offseason to fix this, because they're not deep at key positions they need to be deep at. They only have one really true receiver. The tight end looks like he's regressed. They have no running backs in there. Their offensive line seems to not be as good as it was. They drafted an offensive lineman that seems to be can't play, and I guess he's injured. The 2 pass rushers they got have, let's say, they have problems other than just rushing the passer. They have no linebackers. They have no safeties, and they have an injury-prone cornerback situation. The only thing that's basically markable on that football team that's legitimate is the kicker. And when you're saying your best player is the kicker, You got problems. All right, back to you, Walt.
All right, let's get to part 2 of this interview. Good God.
This is better than R. Kelly's Trapped in the Closet.
I don't know if that's the person you want to be talking about right now in this situation.
Whatever, both of them flaming out at the same time.
Let's go to part 2.
Okay. So, Jerry, 1970, a little different from this past off season in building the team we're talking about today, which there was a lot of criticism that you guys didn't add, didn't spend, and don't add and don't spend, and are not aggressive enough with some of the problems that are still haunting the Cowboys today that we see play out on the field. That's the point of talking about the off season.
Oh, I remember those criticisms very well. Okay, so what?
Are they playing out to be accurate?
What's your point? What's your point?
My point is, it seems like my point.
Listen, let me tell you what I'll do. Let me tell you what I'll do about it. I will let us sit down and look at the decisions we've made over the last several years. Okay, I'll look at it. Now, if you think I'm interested on a damn phone call with you over a radio and sitting here and throwing all the good out with the dishwater, you have got to be smoking something over there this morning. I'm not. And I really don't. And I don't even want our listeners to listen to me. To talk about, this is not your job. Your job isn't to let me go over all the reasons that I did something and I'm sorry that I did it. That's not your job.
Well, my job is to ask
why.
why.
A job, or I'll get somebody else to ask these questions, man.
Jerry, we're trying to figure out why the team is.
I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. You're not going to figure out what the team is doing right or wrong. If you are, or any 5 or 10 like you, you need to come to this meeting I'm going to today. There are 32 teams here. You're geniuses.
Jerry,
okay? Y'all really think you're going to sit here with a microphone and tell me all of the things that I've done wrong and without going over the rights?
Well,
now, listen, we both know we're talking to a lot of great fans and a lot of great listeners. And I am very sorry for what happened out there Sunday. I'm sick about what happened Sunday. Now, I'm not talking to these yahoos on the end of this phone. I'm talking to you, the fans that are listening this morning. And we can spend a lot of time going over zigging and zagging. One of the stupidest things I've ever done that anybody has ever analyzed is by the Cowboys. It was an idiot that did that. So idiot things can turn into good decisions. Okay? Smart things can turn into bad decisions. The facts are that when you make one, you don't really know whether it's going to be good or not at the time. So let's just go ahead. I'm trying to answer your questions, man. You want some conversation this morning? You're getting it.
Jerry Jones here on The Fan. Jerry, are you worried about fan apathy setting in?
Well, I'm not worried about fan apathy. If you saw the letters and things I'm getting, that's the last thing from apathy. You're seeing very, very keen, intense passion about what we're not doing and concern about what we're doing. And that's the reason that I love this thing, is because you have that kind of passion. I love the passion. And I'm nobody more passionate than our Dallas Cowboy fans. I'll assure you one thing, and I know you guys know it. I'm not afraid to make decisions. And I can live with anything that we're talking about as far as criticism about those decisions. What I'm going to worry about is whether those decisions can pan out in a positive way. You've got a lot of reasons why they don't. And you got a lot of teams up here looking around at some of the decisions they've made over the last few years. Just because everybody else is making bad decisions doesn't mean that justifies you making a bad decision.
You say you
so
don't
go into this. we can go into this. I'm saying what I'm saying. Don't tell me what I'm saying.
Okay.
You listen to what I'm saying.
Jerry, why are you getting so mad at us? We're just asking you why the blowouts are happening, the historical differences at home. We're just asking about it on behalf of the fans, and you're getting real ticked off and mad at us. We're just
I'm not. Hey, can I tell you something, guys? I don't get mad at people that I can not be with if I don't want to be with. I don't get mad. You're asking me for a response, and I'm giving you a response. We got to play better, and we got to play better at specific points. No, there's no looking for stepping out here and bringing in 20 new players between now and the bye. That's not the way it works.
Wow. The ultimate disrespect there at the end. I mean, wow. I mean, woo. Good Lord.
You talk about a guy. I mean,
My
just
Lord.
what I don't know if they used to say this now. You talking about, but I guess this is a little old son. You talking about a guy that was really smelling himself right then. He was smelling himself right then. He knew who he was, and he knew who they was, and he knew at any time he can tell them who they was, and there was nothing they could do about it. He basically, I guess in his mind, I thought he just put them in their place. I mean, he basically said that they really wasn't much to nothing. He's not talking to them. He's not talking to these guys on this radio station who don't know much about football. He's talking to the fan. In fact, he kind of made it. He kind of did kind of like a fascist kind of.
It was a sunning thing. He kind of sunned him, especially when he's
I
don't get upset with people. Basically, he was saying, I don't get upset with people that I can easily replace.
Yeah, I can easily play, but he kind of did. But then he kind of pulled something where it was some kind of fascist dictator kind of stuff that you're hearing now in politics now, where he basically put the try to make the fan base against the media, the enemy of the state. Like it was the media's fault that this loss happened. So how dare you ask me questions? This is what Jerry, your team lost. They're just asking you questions. Sham talked about it during the post game, and Sean alliterated these historic blowouts at home in a row. I mean, on your team's watch, man. I mean, your team is not just getting beat; they're getting beat down historically. This is bad, and for him to get snippy about it, I mean, a guy that says I can answer tough questions, he didn't want any of those tough questions. He didn't want anything to do. It's the guy that, I'm sorry. He's an old 82-year-old man living in his own bubble, his own echo chamber of life, that everything is fine in the world, and anytime he's got to step out of it, boy, he's just getting defense mode. I mean
I feel like I like you said, today was actually hilarious reading all these quotes. I'm happy it's happening. I hope we keep losing so people can start keep asking him the tough questions. And I've never seen Jerry like this. So I wanted to keep happening so he could look in the mirror. And
were you even out of bed yet when this audio dropped? Did you even have your coffee yet or anything? You just woke up. Just rolled over.
I literally was in the ER all day yesterday. Okay. So I rested all day today. But I kind of how I woke up to it, as I get up, morning routine, then I lay back down and I just get to scrolling, and then I see one tweet, then I see another tweet, and then I saw Jerry is blowing up at people. I said, wait a minute, what's going on? Then I see the audio clip. And I was like, oh my God, let me send this to the group chat. So I think I was the first one to drop it in the group chat. I said, y'all, this is crazy today. And it just kept spiraling from there. Marcus Spears said something, then Shannon Sharp attacked Jerry and was like this is maddening. Like it's so funny that Jerry thinks nobody's going to question his decisions. And And as an owner, a GM, everything that he gave himself his title, gave titles to himself. You are the one that needs to answer these questions. You did this. You created the problem on the field. This is your fault. Like, it's nobody else's but your fault because you the one made the comment saying, "Oh, we're going all in." We didn't do anything.
It's true. We signed Dak and we signed CeeDee Lamb.
And you know the crazy thing, he spoke on that today.
Yeah.
He made a comment saying, "Yeah, we have the highest paid quarterback, and we shouldn't have the. He has to be more productive." What do you?
But hold on. Basically, he low key kind of threw them underneath the bus. I'm gonna tell you why. Yeah,
Aaron Rodgers threw Mike Williams under the bus, and he got him Devontae Adams. Maybe he thought
and got Mike Williams
under the bus.
But they cut off the part. They didn't put out the full audio because they was like, we're gonna have to have blocking. We're gonna have to have the wide receivers run the correct routes and all of that. But you're not understanding. If Dak played perfect that game, we still lose that game. Like let's be honest. Like your defense was not stepping up. You're like, if we're gonna be honest. But I'm enjoying the fire being lit under his behind because it is probably 28 years too long. Because it's 28 years too long that it has happened. If let's say 10, let's say the last 10 years with that, 10 years too long. We're getting to the point where your receiver. It's the little thing. Your receivers are losing the ball in the sun. Because you wasn't competent enough to build a stadium north to south, but you built the east to west. 2, you want to call out everybody. Oh, I can replace you. I'm gonna get so you only want people to ask you the easy questions, so you don't have to face the hard questions. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. I'm sorry, you're an owner, you're a GM. Answer these tough questions. Be real with yourself. Own up to the product that you put on the field, and take some accountability. He is the only man I know can sit up here that ain't took no accountability for what's going on. You look at this. Ain't nobody want to attack. Like, look at this. Look at this. That's what you put on the field.
He doesn't want to he doesn't want any accountability because he still wants everybody to know that these players are good when they actually not. Because if these players are bad or they're quitting or they're just not good enough talent-wise, that's a representation on him. Because, like you said before, he's the owner and the GM. He along with Stephen Jones and Will McClay, they pick the players. They draft the players. And going back to what I said before, it was a low-key slack at Dak Prescott because you wanted basically to make it seem like, this is my opinion, that, well, I got the highest paid quarterback player in the league. I think we should be better. We got one of the highest paid receivers in the league. We should be better. Like basically negating all the other guys. Hey, I got these 2 other high-priced players. There's no reason why we should be better. Basically putting it all on them when it's not. You don't have an offensive line. You don't have a defensive line. You don't have linebackers. You don't have safeties. You got 2 injury-prone cornerbacks. You got 1 good wide receiver. Your tight end has regressed. You have no running backs, even though you said a month ago that you like your running back rule. That should have been indication to know that he was very testy about his decision-making. That he actually say that when
you went out and got Cam Akers again today. Cam Akers just got traded to the Vikings.
Yeah.
What up, Kevin Gray?
But the fact of the matter is, listen, he doesn't want to be faced with the facts that he did a bad job putting his team together this year. He don't want to face it. And he's very testy about it. He's sensitive about it. But hey, that's a personal problem. You like to say, what that company said a long time ago, I'll run it from the socks to the jocks. Well, your socks and your jocks stink right now. It's a big foul odor going on there. Mm-hmm. And it goes right to you because that's what you say. You pick the players. Well, your players aren't good enough, and that's an indication of you. And he doesn't want to be told that. Because if he's told he's got a bad football team or bad players, well, then that's letting everybody know that he's done the bad job. And you know what that goes to? That goes to branding. Because I want to tell y'all something. Oh, you Cowboy fans, I'm gonna be real close on the camera. If he can just win a little bit, just a little bit, then hey, he knows. Shh. All you guys are gonna keep buying those T-shirts, buying those jerseys, buying those hats, buying the Cowboy watches, buying the Cowboy shades, and hey, next season he can have $12 billion in the bank because I'm gonna give you guys a little secret. Money is the only thing that Jerry matters to him. He really doesn't give a damn about this football team.
Ooh.
If he wins, hey, cheese on the cracker. But if he loses and he gets your money, hey, that's a new Ford's commercial deal for him.
Hey, I'm glad you said that because Jesse Holly, RJ Chop, they all had a panel today, and I think it was RJ said that he wanted to ask Jerry Jones if he could drop the team in 17th to 17th in money earned and all of that, trade that in for a Super Bowl. Would you do it in a heartbeat? Jerry said no.
No, he wouldn't because it's not his way.
He said he wants. I'm about to find the clip because it's funny because.
Oh no, that was Kavanaugh.
Kavanaugh. Yeah. You did. So you saw it. So you saw it.
Yeah, I did see it. That was Kavanaugh.
Yeah, he's right. He's factually right. Jerry wants to win his way. If it happens, it happens. But he wants to win his way. He doesn't want the team to be mid in sales. He wants to be number one in sales. If that means they don't get a Super Bowl, well, fine. He another $1 billion in sales. That's the revenue. That's fine with him over a Super Bowl. He really doesn't. Yes, he will love to. In fact, I'm looking at another Jones Cowboy Ford commercial right now. As if you speak right now. Listen, if he was able to win a Super Bowl his way, he'll take it. But what he wants even more, he wants that branding. And for the first time, I'm gonna, like I said, I don't know, Shams, you were here. I got people in the building. People that was in the building last Sunday was saying Jerry sucks, fire the GM, fire Jerry Jones. He's not used to hearing that. He used to us, fan base, going after the coach, going after players, going after this or that, even going after his son. Not him. He's the good cop in all this. I mean, that's the reason why people had this false conception that Jimmy Johnson was the problem, because Jerry played good cop while Jimmy played bad cop and had to hold the players accountable. So when Jerry fired Jimmy, he fired him. Then he came off looking like a saint, even though he was still winning with Jimmy's players, and they didn't win another Super Bowl when Jimmy players started to age and head off to the sunset themselves. But hey, let me tell you something. Jimmy is a great seller of his brand, a great seller of himself. He is a fast talker. Hell, he was all salesman. But the fact of the matter is, his feelings were hurt because his brand was hurt. Because if you watch the shows yesterday, the national shows, Sam, they were saying, why should we care? The Cowboys are irrelevant. That's one thing Jerry can't stand, is the national show saying his football team, his brand is irrelevant. They're just another ordinary team that just makes money. That bit him in the ass more than anything. I guarantee you that's the reason why he was in a mood today. Back to you guys.
Yeah, so I'm listening to it. So I don't know if he asked him, because in the clip I just sent it to you, he said he couldn't answer it honestly. He said, if I guarantee you're the Super Bowl next year, but the team has to drop to 17th in jersey sales, endorsements, all of that stuff, and eyeballs, all of that. And he said, absolutely not. That tells you he don't care about winning. But we as fans, who he say, Who he say he would go that can ask him these hard questions? Not the people he pay, but the fans can ask him the hard questions. Shoot, give me his number. I ask him the hard questions. But
Walt. Oh yeah. Walt.
But
We talked about. Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Sam. Go ahead.
no, I'm saying for you not to say absolutely not, you wouldn't trade that for a Super Bowl. That just tell you gotta go, man. You gotta go.
Walt, we talked about this when we did the tailgating after the Cowboys were basically embarrassed by the New Orleans Saints. We saw it. Listen, I saw it. I put it on my threads. I put the film out there on my threads. You had Cowboy fans at halftime. Midway were rolling, was going, leaving the building. They were leaving the building. And it comes, and it gives me this thought. You know what Jerry's really pissed about, other than his team getting embarrassed, is that his team was getting embarrassed at a 12 noon game. He did not want to play that game at 12 noon. If he got him,
it was not 12 noon. Oh, you talking about the Saints game?
The Saints game. He did not. Did not. We know for a fact he was not happy with that noon. That first home game being at noon. He wanted that home game on Sunday night, or at least at 3:25.
After that game went like it was well deserved to be playing at 12 o'clock.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think the blow would have been lessened on him as ego if even if that would have happened, if it would have happened on a Sunday night or a 12 or a 3:25 game, then a 12 noon. When the last time the Cowboys had played a 12 noon game in their home opener? You want to tell me when you want to know? You want to know when the last time that was? When Dak was a rookie.
I was going to say when we sucked.
When he was a rookie.
Now we didn't even suck then.
No, I'm gonna say that he was his rookie year when they played the Giants.
The Giants. But that was the strength that was coming after the strength that we sucked the year before, because that's how we got Zeke.
Yeah.
And we lost that game because Dak. The only games Dak lost that year was to the Giants.
But even that was a year. That was a year. Yeah, that was a year you sucked. You was coming off a playoff appearance. Yeah, you was the number 2 seed, even though you didn't last that long. But still, you was coming off a playoff appearance.
Dak's rookie year?
No, this past year. Jerry, when the schedule came out, Jerry was not happy. I know this fact. He was not happy that first home game was at 12 noon. He wanted that on that Sunday night. And so that was in his craw also. So, it was it's a lot of stuff in his craw. But that was the first of it.
It's just bad that I just don't get how you as an owner, you as a GM, you don't want the people that you pay. I guess it's saying, oh, my employees don't need to question me because I'm the boss.
Well, hold on. He doesn't pay 105.3 the fan.
Well, that's what came out his mouth.
I know. I'm just saying he don't pay them. Odyssey pays them.
Yeah, Odyssey, he don't pay them.
Yeah, he don't pay them.
I'm just saying.
The people he does pay is the people over at DallasCowboys.com who he really could go do a show with and tell them, here are the questions I won't ask for me, and don't go off or else I will fire your ass.
But to Sham's point, because it's the home of the Cowboys, he thinks he's entitled, that he is kind of like a boss in there, and he shouldn't be entitled to certain treatments, So when he threatens, hey, I don't have to be on this show. I can go on the show. That is a threat, because guess what? Sean and RJ don't want to lose that audience with Jerry. That's probably one of the biggest points of audience on that show. And the threatening, hey, I'll go to another segment, another show on the day. That's losing their audience. And then when that happens, we know how this works. When you lose audience, your boss gonna say, "Hey, what happened? This guy's not doing."
Only problem with that is that he was on the KMC Masterpiece, and then Kevin asked him, was he embarrassed at the way the Cowboys play? Who was at the Cowboys? Cowboys got beat by somebody, I think, on a Sunday night. Are embarrassed? I want to say it was like the coach, somebody, a couple years ago. And he asked him, are you embarrassed? And he went off on Corey. He was like, hey, listen here, I don't have time for your shit today. So you get your act together here.
I remember that. I don't know what game that was, but I remember that.
The Cowboys had lost.
Cowboys lost to the Colts, and they lost to the Colts, and they came back. That was 2018, wasn't it? No. 2017.
I feel like it was. Well, I remember hearing. I was driving on the highway. I remember I was driving on the highway. I'm trying to remember if they lost to somebody. I want to say it was a Sunday night football game. Maybe it was the 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
But they had lost bad or something. I don't know. But and then Corey asked him, "Is he embarrassed by the team?" And he just went off on Corey. So I was like, "Well, going back to KNC Masterpiece may not be too good of an idea." only show left to do a G bag, and I think he got mad. He got mad at Gavin one day.
Gavin. Yeah.
Gavin don't let him make it.
Yeah. But it's. I mean, I love it. I love it. I feel bad.
You ain't stopped smiling since you heard the audio.
You know, Mark Cuban even got Mark Cuban out here saying he feel bad for Jerry simply because you 82 years old now. You got to go through all this. You ain't even been able to enjoy your birthday week. Like your team get they behind beat on your birthday, your 82nd birthday. You hear chants in your building that you built. Jerry sucks. Fire the GM. Now you got to wake up Monday morning, hear all of this. Tuesday, now you got to hear all the. Well, Jerry, you know you are the reason why this is like.
Cuban can relate.
Yeah, like
he's been there before.
He's been after he broke up the team. Remember, like
a couple years ago, he was hearing that.
Yeah, so.
And
I'm with Kendrick. I'm loving this. I hope we don't win another. Let these next 5 games come down to the point of us getting blocked.
Damn, you would sacrifice Cowboy wins just to keep Jerry upset?
Yes.
Hold on. First off, it's not a good football team. She don't have to sacrifice nothing. They're taking L's. They're not better than the 49ers. They're not better than the Falcons. They're not better than the Eagles.
Kendrick, what did I tell you Sunday?
Let me tell you. No, let me tell you something.
What did I tell you Sunday?
This is one of the 7 worst teams in the NFL. All right.
Shockingly, no. You know, they actually have us ranked at 19th out of 32 teams.
Yeah, so take that Kendrick.
That may be a little too high. I think right there. I mean,
our record says different. Our record says different. We're 3-3.
And that's what another thing. Hold on, Kendrick. That's another thing. People was like, why does it feel like with the 3-3 team, everything is gone bad? This is a bad 3-3 team. Like this is we beat the Browns who can't beat nobody. We beat the Giants
who can't.
And okay, we beat the Steelers who are 4-2.
On the road.
I don't care about on the road, but this is a bad 3-3 team. Like, and the 3 teams we've lost. The Saints, who ain't won another game
at home.
The Ravens.
At home.
Possibly have the MVP. Not possibly. He's the MVP right now. And you just got ran through by. You got ran through by the Lions. At home. You have not totaled more than 30 points. Well, I lied because you did hit, I think, 19 or 20 in your L to the Saints, but they
hit 25 in the Ravens game.
Oh
yeah, because that almost come back.
Boy, you searching, ain't you? Boy, you searching.
I'm not gonna let you guys do this. I'm not gonna let you guys do this to my team, guys. Just we're just not good at home. So
listen. What are the Cowboys? They're 30th in defense. What was it, Shams? What's their
30th in defense
at home?
Yeah, and the third. No, this is overall. and they're like, what? I'm trying to read it right now. The Cowboys rank last in rushing offense, and they're 30th in scoring defense
at home
this season. That's
how many turnovers have we created? Have we created any turnovers?
The first week. You got some. I can't remember anything else. But
we have a fumble. Didn't Lamar Jackson fumble?
He got it back, didn't he?
I think he got it back.
Yeah, he might have got it back.
Let me go look. I'm gonna go look.
We had turnovers last week. What's the name threw an interception?
Who?
Justin Fields. It was so late. It was so late at night in the game.
The football team also had 3 turnovers itself, so you still lost the turnover battle.
Oh, you had 2 turnovers in game 1.
Okay.
On
the road again.
It doesn't matter. Listen, you have to win at home, and this football team is kind of unbelievable. This football team went.
Let me ask you a question, Kendrick. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you one question. Let me just ask you one question.
Oh, Eric Carr threw an interception. That had to be late, I think.
They ain't won a game. They ain't won a game since me, you, and Shannon went to foul.
Kendrick, let me ask you a question.
Can I ask you a question? What did we order the last time? What did we order for the last time the Cowboys won the game? Because I don't remember.
Wait, the Cowboys only lost 28-25 to the Ravens?
Yeah, remember we were coming back.
He wasn't coming back. The Ravens felt sorry. The Ravens didn't want to play football anymore.
If Lamar Jackson didn't get that first, if Lamar Jackson don't get that first down, we could have got on. We were already.
You probably bail him out with a penalty and get the ball right back to him.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it's going.
Kendrick, can I ask you a question, please?
Go ahead. You've been wanting to ask me this question for the last.
Yeah, I've been wanting to ask you a question. Let me take you down a trip down memory lane to a team across the street from the Dallas Cowboys called the Texas Rangers. You don't mind?
Really?
How did they win their World Series? How did they win their World Series? Oh, most of their games were on the road. They lost almost all their home games in the playoffs, but won all the road games.
Well, since it's debate season, I will counter your debate actually to that they actually made the playoffs. Cowboys actually any indication of winning any road games on the playoffs?
I mean, mathematically, right now they're still in it, right?
Thank you.
Mathematically, right now they're still in it, right?
And since the tiebreakers, they've lost to the Saints. They've lost to the Detroit Lions.
Okay, well they still. How many division losses do they have, Kendrick?
That you have to. Two of your 3 wins have come against AFC teams. Nobody gives a damn about that.
Okay, but I said, how many division losses do you have?
You gotta be in top 7, right? You gotta be in the top 7, right?
Right.
The Cowboys are currently 10th.
Yeah.
The Cowboys are currently 10th.
All right.
The problem is.
Don't worry. Well, don't worry. They'll be 15.
Yeah. The problem is you have your schedule. Just think about it. Well, you're an underdog in the next 5 games.
Okay.
Your next schedule: Niners, Falcons.
Whoa! Let me stop you. Where's the Niners game at?
See, what's a Jerry guy? What's a Jerry guy? He's a Jerry apologist.
I just want to make sure I get
you. Look at this. 68% to 31.5%.
And aren't the Cowboys on the road?
Yeah, the Cowboys are on the road.
Okay. And where have we not lost at, Kendrick? If you don't mind me asking, the road, right? The road. Okay.
And then let's move over to the Falcons.
Oh, is that a road game too?
58. 41.
Is
that another road game?
Sham, this is what it's come to with him.
Yeah, we are Mercedes.
He is looking so badly. Now this Joker is sitting up here talking about, hey, we just stay on the road. We could just I did come up with the idea. Let's just at home, let's just paint the other team's emblem on the 50-yard line. So maybe we can trick.
I see 4 more wins. I see 4 more wins for the Cowboys on the schedule. I see 4 more.
They ain't gonna get it done. That's 7 wins.
Yeah, 4 more. They lose all the rest of the games, but I see 4 more wins for the Cowboys.
Hey,
they're gonna go 7-10.
17. That put you at 14, 15 in the draft. The draft right there. I think. Maybe a little higher.
We have to wait and see.
Maybe a little higher. But
we still got a game with the Eagles on the road. We got a game with Tampa Bay on the road. We got a game with Atlanta on the road. We got a game with Carolina's on the road. Carolina's on the road.
Hey, that's Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton might blow us up.
Oh, come on, what? Sam. We don't lose. We don't lose on the road. We definitely ain't losing on the road.
Hold on,
Andy freaking Dalton.
Sham, if
What?
that's any game that may get Mike McCarthy up out of here, if they lose to the Carolina Panthers, I mean really lose bad, and they just get wiped out by a team that's been bad for 3 years, that may be the game that Jerry may change his mind. You know what? What's the date on that? Actually, what's the date in that game?
You play the
That's late in the
Carolina
season.
Panthers December 15th.
Yeah, okay. Well, the season will be over by then. So he can go ahead and just make that change right there.
Excuse me, sir. Why would the season be over? We had 2 road games before December 15th.
You know what? 2 weeks can't get here soon enough. It really can't get here soon enough for me. I mean, this implosion. This implosion that's about to happen.
Just think about it. The Cowboys just now, Kendrick. Okay, let me ask you this: if the Cowboys come out after their bye, looking and lose a competitive game, say on a last-second field goal, versus looking flat and just getting blown out, does that make a difference?
No.
Okay.
No, it doesn't. Because the only thing that's going to cure this, at least in Jerry's mind, you got to win. I mean, the team has been embarrassed. They've been the joke of the nation on Monday. Jerry made a joke of himself today. The only thing that's going to cure this is you got to have a win. Not no close loss, not no blowout loss. The Cowboys have to have a win. But this is the problem. They're bad against the Shanahan scheme. And guess who they're playing? The king of the Shanahan scheme, Shanahan. I mean, we thought when they brought in Mike Zimmer, I said it, that he's good against this scheme. Well, the Saints play that same type of scheme, motion scheme, and they got ramped up out the building. If you look at it, Shams, I look back at the game on yesterday. Unfortunately, I did look at the game. They played. They put in a little bit of that Saints offense. The Lions, that motion and wide receivers moving out backs.
We knew the Lions already run that offense though. The Lions,
yeah, but I'm saying they used a whole bunch of it. They used the whole.
Yeah, they run that offense.
I know, but they use more of it than normal. Usually they'll line up in a 12 concept and just run the ball at you and keep running. But they were moving people around, and the Cowboys' eyes couldn't follow all the movement. But it was just funny to me, Shams, that the disrespect. The disrespect.
You mean the disrespect you're showing right now?
The disrespect the Detroit Lions were doing in the fourth quarter was beyond.
I think that was the funniest part for me was that it's like they had 7-on-7, or they were just practicing at one point. They were running all trick plays. Like they would just do, and I think Shannon Sharp said that he was like, your team was they made a mockery of your team because they was not pulling their starters. They didn't pull them to the last drive. They didn't pull off to the last drive.
Shams, they ran multiple schemes where they had the offensive linemen playing out.
The lineman ran
multiple plays. It wasn't like one play. They did it 4 or 5 plays. I look back, they did 4 or 5 plays. Then like you said, Sam, the double reverse flea flicker for the touchdown. That was glorious. I mean, they did it. I mean, woo! I mean, them dudes in the fourth quarter, they was running trick plays. They didn't respect the Cowboys enough to even beat them straight. You know what? We're not even gonna take this serious. We're just gonna run a bunch of trick plays on you in the fourth quarter, and they were successful on most of them. If it wasn't for penalties, they were successful on the ones they got on penalties. It was just a glorious to watch, to see the Cowboys just sit up there and just get humiliated, and to see Jerry Jones. I feel bad for the players, but to see Jerry Jones just get humiliated on his birthday for a guy who lives in his bubble, who lives in his little echo chamber, his little Cowboy. Well, where everything is right in the world as long as he make money. He had to sit in it. He had to sit right in his booth while people in that building chanted, Jerry sucks, fire the GM, fire Jerry. He had to sit and hear it.
Yeah. And that I think
you guys gonna miss my guy when he's gone.
That might have kind of broke Jerry, but I'm not mad because he deserves it. He deserves it. And I don't. And I told y'all it was a tragedy that I had to live through another birthday of his. But at this point, my thing is, if somebody was chanting that on my birthday, baby, the next day we walk in, you fired. And Jeff Kavanaugh said the best thing. You pay Ben Johnson $15 million to be your offensive coordinator. You go get Robert Saleh $15 million to be your defensive coordinator. You get some pieces in, and if you want to bring in Bill Belichick as your head coach, you got a young-minded offensive coordinator and a young-minded defensive coordinator. You start getting your pieces in the offseason as far as filling some holes, and you build through the draft. That's the only thing that can go good. Because right now, the Cowboys may finish with a top 10 draft pick. They may finish with a top 10 draft pick.
I don't think they may. I think they will finish with a top 10.
And that's cool because this is supposed to be a good draft. Now, if you find your way I don't know if you find your way top 1 or 2.
Yeah, I think the Carolina Panthers and the Giants. I think they're gonna beat you out, and the Patriots gonna beat you out for that. They're gonna beat you out for that. But that's a bad football team.
But if you finish in that get top 5, baby, who you gonna trade to go get Travis Hunter? Tell me that now. I put a package deal together so quick. You want Micah? Shit, then take him. Give me that number 3 overall pick. For Travis Hunter, I surely would.
This is the bad thing. We saw that game, but the give up or the lack of anger, this was the most disturbing thing that was on that sideline. You remember we saw Michael Parsons on that sideline? He was having a great time. He was laid back talking with another guy. You had Trayvon Diggs and CD and Micah and some kind of clique. He had another guy sitting over here and another player was grinning. I don't know, some white guy. I don't know who he was, a linebacker or something. He was having a good conversation with another player. These guys were, and this was when the thing was out of hand.
Yeah,
and they behind beat, and nobody seemed mad.
Hey, Jordan Lewis was more mad that Amon-Ra St. Brown posted his DM calling him a bitch on Instagram. He showed more anger during that than what he did on the field.
Yeah, I mean, it was acceptance. It was like, we just laughter. I mean, but it wasn't any anger on that sideline. I mean, it was just, hey, it's just it happens, But hey, we're the Dallas Cowboys, man. We the $11 billion brand. We're gonna be all right, man. Jerry, we're gonna make another, maybe make another Chevy commercial. Maybe make a Chevy commercial, a GMC commercial.
It's Ford.
Well, no, he can walk and chew gum at the same time. He can do them all. He's Jerry Jones. He can literally do them all.
But my thing is this: everybody, everybody wants to put it at the foot of the quarterback, guys. I know he had some boneheaded throws. I know he had bad interceptions. But at some point, you got to look to that man. It starts at the top. I had somebody in my group chat was like, Sham, why y'all want to run Zeke more? Excuse me? I said, that man, all he can do is fall for 2 yards. If that. They said, okay, that's cool. You can't get it to 36 and Dak can't get that. Hey, man, you ain't finna play in my face like that. You're not about to. I'm sorry. You're not about to play in my face like that.
Oh, I forgot about Zeke. That was one of the big free agent acquisitions, too. It went back to Zeke. It went. Walt, you remember?
Hold on. Real quick. Did you hear the quote on the Rico and the Zeke thing? They say they're saving Zeke. Saving him for what?
For what? What are you saving for? I mean, what? Saving for what? What? I thought he was in the best condition he was in a long time coming this season, but obviously not. Hey, Walt. You know what? The funniest thing was in the offseason, and it goes back to you remember when they had the big announcement that they hired Mike Zimmer, and then I laughed about 10 minutes on air. I literally laughed about 10 minutes on air straight because I knew what it was going. Mike Zimmer, I said, really? You gonna bring back the dude who the Minnesota Vikings said, bro, you done? You gonna bring him out of retirement and say, yeah, we gonna go in for Mike Zimmer? And then you made some kind of Mickey Mouse comment, like co-signed it because Jerry co-signed it, and I said, okay, just watch this. You know, I love to be proven right. I knew Mike Zimmer had it, and I just want to be known that I was proven right on Mike Zimmer. That guy needs to be back on the porch with his grandkids. And you know the funny thing is, Walt, the biggest guy who approves that message is Mike Zimmer.
Are you two done with your little bash session on Jerry Jones? Are we done? Are we done with this? As pathetic as this is, are we done with this yet?
Trust me.
Trust me. Because let me tell you, you are part of the problem, and let me tell you why.
Okay.
You don't want to hold you the same way you bash EA for being a Stephen Jones guy. You are acting the same way with Jerry Jones.
You're a Jerry guy.
You're a Jerry guy. I'm neither one of them. They can both get hit by buses.
Wow.
Damn, I ain't gonna go that way.
First off, before I start what I had to say, what just says you guys are gonna miss my guy when he's gone. Let me start off by saying that. And yes, I don't make any hide behind any walls or anything. I am a Jerry Jones guy. Now, as I said this morning, Jerry Jones should be ashamed of what he did this morning. And he should be ashamed of the broadcast he did this morning. I mean, what he did this morning was absolutely disgraceful. It was disrespectful to what he did to Sean and RJ. I mean, Sean and RJ worked very hard on that show over there, and he comes out there and basically just suns him like that, which is utterly ridiculous for a product that he put out there on the field. Sean, nobody on that morning show deserved what Jerry Jones did to him this morning, 100%. But at the same time, I mean, the Cowboys are 3-3. They are losing home games. They haven't lost any road games. I mean, it's bad. At the same time, let's not act like the Cowboys didn't have a lot of injuries out there this past weekend. Had a lot of injuries out there. Don't do that, Kendrick, because you know they did.
Jerry even said that's still not an excuse.
It's not an excuse, but I'm just saying though. I mean, they did have injuries out there. But also, this goes back to your Mike Zimmer point. Mike Zimmer was a bad hire. Very bad hire. I don't know. It's either the players aren't smart enough or the coach or the defense coordinator is bad, because these guys can't figure out how to run a zone defense.
They're not buying it.
They're not buying it because they don't know. You know why you don't buy it? Because you don't know how to do it.
And they're not buying it because they're used to playing one way for another guy who they actually like.
Right.
And they're not playing that way, and it's not successful. See, it's okay if you don't buy. If they're not even buying it, so it's not going to be successful. But they don't believe in the system because the system, in my opinion, that zone system is outdated. That's why he got canned from the Vikings. It's outdated. It was a bad hire. Jerry hired one of his guys. When Jared's in trouble, he's gonna go back to the past and go high. I'm surprised it wasn't Dave Campo. But
right. You know what, Kendrick? They're gonna make the mistake again by hiring Bill Belichick, who's gonna bring in another old philosophy that's gonna come in here. I've been saying for years they need to get young and hip with
that's
this.
That's why I say go get Ben Johnson or Robert Saleh. Robert Saleh is a defensive-minded coach, a defensive coordinator. He had the Jets as number one. And that's why, I'm sorry, I never wanted Dan Quinn to leave. When Dan Quinn left, I said, folks are going to miss Dan Quinn. And look what they got over there in Washington. Look what they're doing over in Washington.
Listen, you can say, Dan Quinn has his faults. All right? He does. He's got his faults. We saw him here in person. The defensive games. Now Vosh said he kind of tuned out because he was getting hired by another team, but we saw
he did. And I was just getting ready to say, Kieran, let's be honest here. The only reason why Dan Quinn really technically isn't here because the last game of the last game year he was preparing for the playoff game. He was doing interviews, and it showed. It showed in the Green Bay game. It reared its ugly head.
But I'm. This is just me because I'm like I said. I keep telling you guys I'm a big proponent of body language. You look at what the Commanders, how they bind in, how they act, how they up. You look at how that defense, even it may have floundered under the years, but they buy into whatever he's selling out there. The team, the defense here last year, over the years, they believe in his philosophy, what he's telling them. And the Commanders are doing the same thing. They're buying in to what he's selling. I'm going to tell you this point right now, and I said this on the post-game show. Mike McCarthy not buying a damn thing he's selling no more.
No.
They don't believe in him. They don't, and that's why you see the long faces. That's why when Jerry wants to get he wants to get a little peeved because quit. That's why you see the give up on the field because when things go wrong,
I see more give up on the defense than I see on the offense.
And it goes to the point. Oh, here we go. Well, let's look at CeeDee Lamb on that because he look at his face.
Yeah, I mean, that's more of him. That's more of him in a Dak deal than it is a Mike McCarthy deal, though.
I don't think it's a Dak thing. I'm sorry. I don't think it's a Dak thing.
It's not a Dak thing. It's a him and Dak thing.
I don't think it's that. I'm gonna be completely 100% of that. I don't think it's that. One, he missed training camp. That's
a Dak and CD issue.
And my thing with this, I don't think if it was a Dak and CD issue, I think how can I word this?
Their timing is off because they haven't worked out with each other.
Right. I think it's a full issue with Mike McCarthy.
Thank you.
I don't see how that's a Mike McCarthy issue if they both didn't. They got a new. I'm not gonna say new playbook, but they ran new plays that they didn't work on in training camp.
Well, they may like Mike McCarthy, but it hasn't translated to wins when it counts. I'm gonna say this again, and I hope people start hearing me. That game 10 months ago broke this team. That sometimes it's a mental block, and that may be contributing why they can't win at home. That game 10 months ago in January, it broke them. They was not expecting. Everything was in place. The only game they would have to play on the road was in San Francisco in the NFC Championship. They literally had every damn thing lined up for them to make a run. And they not only get beat, they get their ass embarrassed on a big time stage by a quarterback who that was his first playoff game.
Yeah, but who do we mainly put that blame on loss in that game?
And that team looked scared. They look shook. They look not prepared. And that falls at your head coach. That team looked like.
Who did we blame? Who did we blame the most on that loss?
That goes to me. That goes to your coach.
No. Who do we blame? Who do we blame the most?
Everybody blamed Dak Prescott.
Okay, not necessarily. Everybody blame what? The defense, right?
Whoa. The offense stunk in that game. They wasn't putting up points. It was what was the score when Dak? I'm not. It's not me.
No. Let me tell you what happened.
What was the score when that interception happened?
Real quick. The score was 7-0. No, I think it was 14-7. 14-0, something like that. It was 3rd and 3. Dak dropped back, gave a perfect pass to CD, and it dropped off CD hands, and that punted, and that's when the onslaught started. Because when the last interception, when it got returned to 60 yards, what was the score? I'm about to let you know right now. Give me 1 second.
Because they were getting their hands kicked in. That game was not close. They were getting blown out in that game. Again, at home. Again, look unprepared, inefficient, just like they did 2 years ago at home against the 49ers when they looked bad. And even in that playoff game, well, what did we have when the Cowboys lost, when we was on site doing the Cowboys' last playoff game against the 49ers on the road. And you told me, this is your quote, this is your words. Okay, this can't happen again. He can't go out in the first round. Second round. They got to improve because, quote, if they lose in the first round, I posed the question to you. Well, what if they lose in the first round? Okay, if they lose in the first round, that means that's no improvement. They're going backwards. Then Mike McCarthy's got to go.
Hold on,
they're regressing.
Here you go.
And the exact same thing happened that following year to the Packers.
Hold on. So after the first drive, they went down and scored in 12 plays. Remember that? 75 yards. Green Bay opened the game. It was 7-0. Then Cowboys were forced to punt because it was the pass to CeeDee Lamb was incomplete.
Right.
That defense forced Green Bay to punt.
Okay.
Offense came back out there, threw an interception.
Okay.
Green Bay scored in 3 plays, made it 14-0. Cowboys punted. Green Bay scored 20-0.
20-0.
Cowboys threw another interception. That's the return all the way for a touchdown. Made it 27-0.
And that was before half, wasn't it? That was a little bit before half, wasn't it?
Yeah. At halftime, it was 27-7.
27-7 at home in a playoff game where you were almost a double-digit favorite. I'm trying to tell you.
And the end of score of the game was 48-32 that game.
Whoa. And the game
that's because the game was over, man.
Over. Okay. You know that. They was not playing hard.
It was your star player, Michael Parsons, who said, well,
I mean, with these false comebacks, come on, brother.
I mean, Michael Parsons was the one who said we should have put our quarterback in more position to get the ball back to do something with. That's what he said.
Well, hey.
So at the same time, most of the people blamed. A lot of people blame the defense for what happened in that last game. Correct?
I did.
And what did we? Okay.
I blame
what happened?
Yeah. I blame that. And
okay. What happened? Everybody was like, okay. And Dan Quinn got fired because, or we let Dan Quinn go or whatever. Whatever happened with that, Dan Quinn left, and everybody was like, okay, well, yeah, that's the problem or whatever. Now we come around to this year, and here we are back with the defense again, and Mike Zimmer, and this defense looks terrible.
Well, I mean, bad. I'm sorry. The offense looks bad too. It does. The offense does look bad because number one, they bought. This falls on the Jerry. This is under Jerry Jones and Steven. Number one, you bought back an old Ezekiel Elliott, and you let
I know you want to say his name, Tony Pollard. I know you don't want to say his name.
Yeah, I was going to say, I want to say they let Tony Pollard walk. I was going to say they cut Tony Pollard, but they let Tony Pollard walk or whatever. My thing was, if you're going to bring Zeke back, at least keep Tony Pollard. Get the little thing they had going again a couple years ago, and we fine.
Draft a running back. You didn't even draft a running back.
Or draft a running back, right?
But let me tell you this. And I'm going to tell you this. This didn't just start this offseason. This started last offseason when you could have paid Dak, saved you $5 or $10 million in where you could have paid Dak then. You could have got CeeDee Lamb deal done, had all this extra money.
Yeah.
To sign who you wanted to. But I'm not even going to say that because you had the money to sign people this offseason. Derrick Henry, who wanted to play here.
I won't fight you on that, but my thing is where we keep saying it's by McCarthy's fire. Really, it's on Jerry and Steven because number one, how are the players supposed to respect it, man? That the owner and the GM, whatever, don't even have a contract for the coach for, and basically tell them you plan on your last year too. You plan on your last year too.
Exactly.
So what? Yeah. So how's the team supposed to look at him and be like, hey, bro, you can only be here for 1 year, so it really don't. I mean,
good point. Good point. Exactly. We talked about that. We know he's a lame duck, and that happened during the playoff. Jerry's eyes open and said, "What makes you think I should give you a extension on the deal when you've been here 4 or 5 years and you have gotten me no closer than the guy that I actually do like, Jason Garrett. You got me no closer than
that's
he
a
has."
load of crap too, because Jason, he's got more playoff wins than Jason Garrett.
Yeah, I know he got more play, but in Jerry's mind, you're supposed to be the, and this is what Mike McCarthy said, "I'm a Super Bowl winning head coach. I know how to do." That's a quote from him, and actually that's a quote before this last playoff debacle. We're going into the playoffs, and the fact of the matter is, they brought him in to get to the NFC Championship game and to win and to get to the Super Bowl. That's what he's in there for, and fairly or not, he has not done that. And it's not like they haven't had opportunities. They've had a lot of opportunities. They let it slip through their hand. They've had home games at home, playoff games, and gotten beaten. The game against the 49ers on the road a couple years ago, they looked inept. That was one of
or let's talk about where Dak ran the ball and didn't let the umpire touch it. I mean, that game was the first.
Yeah, that was the first.
Let's talk about letting Amari Cooper go and not replacing him and just giving him away for free.
Yeah, exactly. Jerry,
well, you could have went and got him again today, but hey, none of my business.
Yeah, Jerry. That's one point with Jerry.
No, there's no point of bringing him back. No, that relationship is severed. There's no point of bringing him back.
I know their relationship is severed, but you could have.
That relationship was severed too bad.
If Jerry wanted to get the fire from underneath his behind today, he would have went and got. He would have went and got something.
He's not.
Amari Cooper ain't coming back here himself.
I'm gonna let you guys know something. That's the one point where Jerry let his money get mad. He always said his quote, don't ever let your money get mad. He actually let his money get mad. But the fact of the matter is, I don't know if Jerry really believes in this year's team. I'm gonna go with Gavin Dawson. I don't believe he believes. That's why he's not doing anything. He's gonna let it play out. Whatever happens, happens, and then we'll see if he make any changes in the offseason.
That's why he said. That's why he called. What he called a soft rebuild. A soft rebuild.
He's not.
That's why he called it a soft rebuild. A soft rebuild gives him the ability to say, "Oh, well, we won. Well, hooray!" But if we lose, it's like, "Oh, well, we lost. So what?"
Yeah. So
that's what him coming out saying soft rebuild gives him the room to say.
So there's nobody coming in the door. There's nobody now. If a deal's presented, if a deal presented to Jerry, well, he can't lose or he's going to win on it. There's a fool everywhere. They present. I'm pretty sure he'll take it.
Sunday's loss isn't a one player away deal. Sunday's loss is a players.
I told you
it's a players deal.
Not one player. Devontae Adams ain't coming in fixing this.
No,
because understand something, Walt Shams. Your offensive line is bad. I just listed the problems here. Your running back group is bad. You only have really one legitimate receiver. We don't know if Brandon Cooks may be done. Staph infection.
He is done.
We don't know if he'll be back. We don't know if he'll be back this season. If he's back at all. Your tight end looks like after the injury he's had, he's not playing well. The tight end you just drafted was Scooney. He looks inept. Your Monty Smith, he had one good game, but he looks more like he's on a bus train up out of here. And I don't mean that factual literally. You have no linebacker. Well, your linebacker's aging and old again. You have no safeties. You have no really great interior front. The only thing that the Cowboys have going for them is their kicker. Period. That's a team that has a lot of holes on it. And not one player, one trade is going to feel that.
It's going to fix it. Yeah.
It's not.
And people thought I was crazy by saying this team was going to finish last in the division. I remember when we did that? And what did I say? I said the Cowboys may finish last in this division.
Right. But like I said, listen, like I said, I'm enjoying it because I'm at this
You
point
ain't
in my
stopped
life.
smiling since this damn audio came out. You know,
I'm
pulled
at-
over on the
listen,
side of the road.
Listen,
You know,
I
made
keep
the
telling
post
you,
delivery
I
late
feel,
that you supposed to be delivering to, and
Yeah,
and sitting over there, and
Don't
your
do
boss
my
done
brother.
called you,
yeah,
and
yeah,
your boss done called you and told you need to get that
listen,
delivery over there. You
li-
over
li-
there listening to Jerry melt down on the radio.
listen,
You ought to be
listen,
ashamed of yourself.
listen, that get over it. But listen, um, listen, I feel bad I feel bad for people like EA who's in their 30s or early 30s, and Shams who's in their early 30s. They really didn't experience like the Super Bowl I'm good. I've seen 3 Super Bowls. I'm good. If I never see one again, I'm good. I saw my team, I saw the Cowboys, I saw my team actually be dominant, actually win 3 out of 4 Super Bowls. If Jerry would have not let his money get mad again, he probably would have had 5 out of 5. But that's another topic for another story. This is what I believe. Jerry Jones will never see another Super Bowl in his lifetime.
No.
Because the way he thinks. How his philosophy and looking at football, looking at it at his whole, it's just not in the cards. Because we talked about this, Walt. He's still running Windows 95 and everybody else is upgraded. You know, and that dog just ain't gonna hunt. It just ain't gonna hunt. And seeing how he grew a little tiffy today, it solidifies my comment. But this is the bad thing, Shams, and this is why I feel bad for you, sweetheart, because I know you're a diehard Cowboy fan.
I know my daddy's always said. My daddy said. He said, "Baby girl, I've witnessed it. I've witnessed my team win. I've witnessed enjoying it.
You got time to get out if you want to.
No,
Because
but to me, it's hard to get out. I'm not gonna say I frown upon people who jump ship, but there's no way I can. I mean, my next favorite team is the Saints. I'm not gonna lie. My next favorite team is the Saints, because my mom is a fan of the Saints. I got a Pat Mahomes shirt in my closet. Like I do. But my thing is this: my mind is always gonna go back to the Cowboys. But if you guys remember, when we first started doing the show earlier this season, I'm not emotionally getting invested in this team because I know
that's a good thing to do. That's a really good thing to do.
I just, people want to call and text me after we look. Man, I told y'all this team is gonna be bad. This team is not good. So I'm not frustrated. Am I mad? Yeah, because I would love to see my team win. I would love to have more victory Mondays, but this is a bad team. What I'm more mad at is people coming at me and be like, "Oh, you're not a real fan because you don't believe in your team." No, I'm a realist. I'm not one of those the Cowboys are gonna win every. No, we're not. We stink. Like I said today, I feel like you can go get the Duncanville Panthers play against the Cowboys. The Corey and Moore gonna run up against them 24/7 and have 500 some yards. Like I'm sorry, that's where I am with it, and I know it ain't true, but that's where I am with it.
Yeah, and that's good for you, Sham. Good for you. I'm glad because last season, boy, you was some kind of miserable. Oh man, but I'm glad you finally realized. Listen,
I was I know the Niners game pissed me off, yes, but even the going down the stretch, I checked out a lot because I saw the writing on the wall. When we went into that Packers game, if you guys, we can pull up audio. I said, "Hey man, I came into the show. I do not have a good feeling about this game." Walt is the only one that had a good feeling.
Hold on.
Me, you were the only one on the same page. He said,
Hold on. I called that L. I called that L after the Cowboys stole that game from Detroit Lions. I called that said in about a couple weeks they finna go home. I can see the right. Listen, this is me. All right. I've always had this,
tired, that's all.
My dad always taught me this philosophy in life. Okay, and let me give you some knowledge from your older brother. If people are unserious about themselves, why should you be serious in them? Okay.
mm-hmm.
And at this point, Jerry Jones is not serious. He wants to make money and he wants to win, but he wants to win his way, even if it's the wrong way. And don't want to tell him any different. So he's an unserious person. So I'm not going to be serious about the Cowboys. We'll do Cowboy games and we'll commentate on them. But Walt keeps. I mean, I know it annoys Walt a little bit. I keep grinning and panting. I guess he called pandering. But I've made peace with it. I'm good. And when you make peace with it, you live a better. You live a better lifestyle. You smile more. That's why I know you smile more. Even after losses, I remember Walt after that Eagle loss last season. He walked out the studio, slammed the door, threw something against the door. I
threw a plate against the wall.
When the Packer lost, the Raven lost this season, he was upset. I was standing there looking at him, just smiling. I made peace with it. Listen, the Cowboys, until they start thinking different, nothing's going to change. And I made peace with that. But this is the most disturbing thing. I want to prepare you guys for this. If anybody's hoping that when Jerry Jones goes to that great Sunday morning, that it's going to get better, it's not.
It's not, because you got Steven.
Because
Steven, you got somebody.
His doofus son really don't have a. If you think Jerry don't have a clue about running a football team, his tightwad doofus son definitely don't have a clue about running a football team. All right, this thing, you know what? I put it this way: you want to see Cowboys winning Super Bowls? Just go on YouTube, type up 1990s Cowboys. You can see them there, because the way this thing's off the rails and how Jerry was off the rails today, it's gonna be a long, long, long time. You know, talking about generations of generations. But I'm here for it. Back to you, Walt.
Yeah, thank you. Well, we go from one losing organization to maybe we would like to think a winning organization. Here is the Mavericks took on the Clippers in the Intuit Arena?
The Intuit Dome. The Intuit Dome.
Yeah, Intuit Dome. Man, listen, man, you gotta. I'm hearing this thing is box office, man. I'm hearing good things about this arena, man. They say they're giving free food to the loudest fan in the arena, and things like that, man. It looks like a really fun arena to be in. I think they got the toilets that I don't know if they shoot water or whatever they do. They got the
bidets.
Yeah,
They got bidets. They're washing your behind in there too. They're washing your behind in there. Wow,
something like that.
But hey, I like the cool thing they had on that wall. I looked at it on NBA TV. They got the wall with all the high school jerseys
in the state of California.
That's pretty cool right there. So I was digging that right there. But that wall, or what they call on the right side of the building, behind the right side of the goal, the base, the baseline, the wall where they got it basically the fan section shooting up. That looks pretty cool right there. Where it's basically on top of you. So that's a pretty cool arena right there. Shout out to the Clippers for doing that, man. That's a pretty good looking arena right there. Don't know how many games. I don't think they're gonna win that many games, but pretty damn cool arena.
Hey, if they continue to play the Mavs who played last night, they may win all 82 games. Because the Maverick Clay shot 8 of 10. Who shocked me last night, and who I think will have a big chance for a good year this year, due to injury, Jaden Hardy.
Oh, he did.
He looked really good last night due to the fact Dante Exum was out. But
he
also,
look good. Okay.
Also, Quentin Grimes. Quentin Grimes looks like somebody who's gonna have fun on this Mavs team.
Yeah. Look, Jaden Hardy looked great scoring the ball, but we got to end this experiment with him actually playmaking, because he's a turnover machine. I think they had 20. What? 25.
They had a lot of turnovers.
That 25 turnovers. I can guarantee you, Jaden Hardy had half of them.
No, PJ Washington.
Yeah, PJ Washington, but Jaden Hardy had his share of them too. I mean, we're talking open ball turnovers, and this has been all through the preseason. So, like I said, I said this before, and this is what Jaden Hardy is. He is our Tim Hardaway Jr. replacement. I don't want him ball creating. I just want him finishing plays. Let him score. I don't need him trying to create offense for himself or damn sure not anybody else.
What I did like what I did like a lot last night was when PJ looked good on the boards. Derek Lively looked good on the board. But also PJ was often running. Remember how last year PJ would go into the lane? Anytime he get in the lane, he would lose. Last night, it didn't look like he was losing the ball a lot when he was going in the lane. He was gathering in time, making the getting fouled or making the layup. Like he was avoiding it looked like he's grown. I feel like PJ's game has grown a little bit.
On the Mavericks last night too. I don't know who that is, number 77.
Number who?
Number 77 on the Clippers. He was balling on the
Mavericks. That's what's he was out the league last year. What's his name?
Oh, Kevin Porter Jr.
Kevin Porter Jr. Yeah.
You mean the guy who beat his girlfriend?
No, he was acquitted of all charges.
He was not acquitted.
Yep, she dropped the charges.
Oh, okay. Looking for that next chick. Baby must be baby mama. Okay, I understand.
Yeah, she dropped the charges though.
But yeah, that kid, I forgot his name, 00 right there. Pretty good, man. He can score. He can shoot the basketball.
Hey, who else can shoot the basketball? Who else can shoot that basketball was Brandon Williams. Brandon Williams looked nice last night too.
Right. But I don't know. We still don't, we still haven't a finished product. We're not having Luka and Kyrie out there. You will hope this Thursday you can get all three of them out there playing together to see if you can get a.
What did I tell you? You will not see Luka one game this preseason.
You will like to see that just to see it. I think Thursday or Friday or something like that.
Friday.
Friday they play the Milwaukee Bucks. Their last preseason game. So, but it's gonna be interesting because they was really guarding Clay hard, edging him out hard out there on the perimeter. I think that'll change once you got Luka and Kyrie out there. Knowing the more attention they have, that they'll gather to themselves. So it'll be more open looks, and then we'll see. I think we'll see the best version of Klay Thompson. But liking what I'm seeing out of the center spot with D Live. Liking what I'm seeing. Not really liking what I'm seeing with your guy. Well,
who's that?
Mr. 999.
Dinwiddie with it?
Not really liking.
Dinwiddie's gonna be gone soon. I don't see what he brings to the table. But to me, he's another Tim Hardaway Jr.
Yeah, he looks. Yeah, I mean, he had that great year with the Mavericks, but he just don't.
He's somebody you come out the bench with. He's not a starter. He's just a bench guy.
Oh, we know that.
Yeah.
we know that. We trying to figure out, is he in the rotation right now? So other than that, this I think this is a deep Mavericks roster.
Who was that?
What I don't think is deep is ball handlers.
Grimes?
Yeah. What I don't think is deep is ball handlers.
I think you got a good ball handler in Najee Harris. I think he can be a
Najee Marshall. I'm sorry, a little bit too.
Yeah, I think he can be a low key third ball handler. But Dinwiddie, something seems to be off there. Maybe he'll find it, but I'm unlike what I'm seeing with him. But yeah, Quentin Grimes balled out. His jump shot was on. And man, if you can get Quentin Grimes back to 2 years ago when he was averaging about 10 points, and shooting like high 30s from three.
Mavericks really have a deep roster.
You can have something there. You really can have something there.
Got a really deep roster. I mean, like they
got deep roster. It's so deep. It's so deep. You're not really thinking about Maxey. Nah. He's injured again. Move on. So. But news if you're a Clipper fan. News if you're a Clipper fan. It's gonna be a while before you see Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, he hurt again.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. He may be gone for weeks before the season, after the season starts. So, it may be going into November, mid-November before you see him. So, hey, here's what it is.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a dunk fest last night.
Don't like the transition defense the Mavericks been doing the last few games. Just too much free flow on offense. Hopefully, they'll lock in. Sweeney. Yeah, get that thing tightened up, man. Can't have all these dunks and stuff. Just as long as he's not head coaching. I remember that game in Denver, boy. He tried.
I gotta hear him get better. I can't let this man.
Hey, I remember that. I don't know if that was the play. That was the in-season tournament first game. Yeah, I think that was. He tried to draw up a play, and Luka looked at him and said, shook his head. Damn, this dude. Come on, man. What are we doing?
Well, Jason Kidd spoke after the game. Let's just go to him real quick and hear what he had to say about last night's game real quick.
Okay.
All right, here's Coach Kidd.
Yes. What was the biggest problem tonight? Yeah, I thought, we just played in traffic. Maybe the over dribble, give them credit, deflections, and they came up with steals. But I thought there's some positives. Jazz and Hardy got us off to a good start. For those two young players to start, they were good. And I thought PJ was good too.
Obviously, the circumstances are going to be a lot different usually with play. What's your message to him after a game like tonight? I'm sure he's frustrated because he
Yeah, it's preseason. He's working his way through with the new group on the defensive end and offensive end. And so be patient, keep working. He's going to be ready to work on Wednesday. And it's really simple. He's getting looks. As soon as you make some, you miss some. And so continue to keep working, and we'll have a good practice on Wednesday. No concern.
Jason, even with them missing some of the games, what leadership Luka and Kyrie doing for groups are going to play?
Yeah, I think when you look at just their voice as the game is going, helping those guys who are on the bench and who are on the floor to try to make the game easier. They see things differently. And so I thought tonight their energy was really positive, and they've been like that all training camp. So it hasn't been anything different. But I thought just their voice at halftime, their voice during timeouts is a positive.
What has Grimes shown you in preseason and going back to camp?
Yeah, I think looking at his toughness, his ability to defend, his ability to play making, also knock down shots. I thought at the time that he played tonight, he was really good.
You had a lot of success last season. That's 1-2 months, a lot of things happened. What do you like about those two going into the season?
Yeah, I thought they were good. Those two, I didn't bring up D-Lab or Gap, but those two just being able to run the 6-minute stretches. We wanted to get them into the fourth. I thought Gap's minutes were really, really good tonight. And so looking at that, that's something that we've leaned on. Those two have been playing, have had a great camp, and we need them to continue to do that and be the anchor of our defense.
Hardy is an assist or more in every preseason game. What do you like about his playmaking, that you've seen from him in his growth?
Yeah, I think when you talk about Harden's ability to, we all know he can score, and so his ability to be able to play make, find guys, the lob, being able to make the corner pass, you can see he's improved with his playmaking. He's worked extremely hard at it, and so it's good to see him being able to, not just score, but be able to play make too for us.
I don't know, Kendrick. I feel like Coach Kidd is getting me excited about Quentin Grimes.
Yeah, man. Listen, he was part of that trade package with Tim Hardaway, and we've been seeing what's happened with Tim Hardaway now in Detroit. We got the better end of that deal. Listen, like I said, if he can get back to 2 years ago when he was with the Knicks, when he was shooting, we scoring about 10 points, 10.7 a game, and giving you close to 40% from three, including I think he was shooting over 40% from corner three. You got you one hell of a steal right there, one hell of a play. And we all know Quentin Grimes, he's an excellent perimeter defender, real strong, and a guy that he's quiet, but he's a dog, man, especially on defense. So he's gonna get his opportunities, especially with Exum hurt. So it's gonna be a log jam. So he's got to show and prove, because you got a log jam at that wing position. You got we used to say the Mavs don't have any wings. Now that may be the deepest part of the team is no wing.
Yeah, man, they got a lot of players over there, man. I'm getting excited for next Thursday night.
So that's a good thing. Like I said before, they're one of the two. I think the other them and OKC in the West, they're one of the two deepest teams in the West, and that to me they're the two best teams in the West. So it's gonna be look forward to. Like I said, I don't know how fast they'll click since all of them haven't played together. With Luka probably not playing the preseason, Kyrie playing one game with one game with Clay, and they're not playing any with Luka, so that may be adjustments. So if they drop some games early on, nobody panic. But you would like to see them have a top 3 seed this year. They never had one in the Luka era, and get that top seed, or at least have home court throughout the first and second round. So hopefully they can get that. But I think they're gonna have a great year, man. I think they're gonna win 55 to 58 games this season. But yeah, they're gonna, like I said, they're deep. They're too deep at every position. Point guard, 2 guard, I guess you say wings, 4 and 5. They're too deep at every position. And like I said before, the tail of it, the reason why you can tell this team deep, Walt, is the fact that Maxi's hurt and we're not panicking. Like, well, we got to wait on Maxi. He's like he's not a necessary. He's not a necessary. He's like a what's the word? What's the word?
A necessity.
A necessity. He's a luxury. He's not a necessity. He's a luxury now. If he's healthy and ready to go, that's another bullet in the chamber. Not trying to use that context. I don't like use those kind of words, but that's not what I can think of. He's another bullet in the chamber. He's another guy you can put out there, and the team will get deeper. But you're not counting on him because you're so deep at every position. And that's what I feel about the team as of right now. And also, like I said before, give Coach Kidd his flowers. That man, 2 out of the last 3 years, he's gotten you to 2 Western Conference appearance, a Western Conference championship, and an NBA Finals. That's the best start. And that's the best start in a long time. In Maverick history. I know Avery Johnson got to the finals in his second year, right?
Yes.
But then he got eliminated in the first round. So I think he got kind of mark him down for that. And plus he got when he took over for Nelly, they got to the second round, got eliminated by Steve Nash and the Phoenix Suns. So he had a second round exit, NBA Finals, and they got eliminated in the first round. I'll take Jason Kidd's start over his. Even though Jason Kidd, his team didn't get to the playoff that 1 year, but I still take his over Avery's.
Well, real quick, let's go back over to the NFL as we saw some games go to NFL. Also, big trade news in the NFL today. Devontae Adams, who some of us probably thought was going to be a Dallas Cowboy, ended up being he ended up going to the Jets like I predicted.
But Jerry didn't. Jerry didn't.
Yeah, Jerry also didn't see Amari Cooper being traded today to the Buffalo Bills. He could have had him back, but no, he don't. Well, that relationship's just severed. Just ain't gonna happen.
Yeah,
just ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
So we've had 2 receivers go and start out the week, but I guess the what's the name played so bad last night. The Jets played so bad last night, and Aaron Rodgers threw Mike Williams on the bus so bad. Second, we might as well go get him.
So let me get this straight. Basically, the Jets made a trade to get Devontae Adams, and the Bills countered that and said, "Okay, well, we got to make a trade," and they got Amari Cooper. So arms race going to AFC East. It won't amount to it won't amount to much because the AFC Championship game is probably going to be a rematch of last year's with the Ravens and the Chiefs. So both of those 2 teams are going to be the outside looking in my opinion, when it goes down to the wire. But anyway, they're a good deal.
I mean, like I said it yesterday. This week was a really subpar week in the NFL. Just not a good slate of games for me this week to me. Very, very subpar. Okay, Kendrick, where do we want to start?
Let's start last Thursday.
Yeah, let's start with last Thursday's game.
Yeah, man. 49ers Seahawks. 49ers getting the win. They improved to 3-3. And boy, look at the Seahawks, man. I think they were undefeated. What 3-0? Now I think they lost 3 straight. Listen, see how the Seahawks had that throwback old 1980s uniform, and they served purpose in those uniforms because they lost in those uniforms in the 80s like they lost last night. Too much Brock Purdy, too much Kerry Kittles. The Seahawks tried to make it a game in the third, but the San Francisco 49ers pulled away late with some big plays in the fourth to pull out a win 36-24. Both teams at 3-3, but tiebreaker holds to the 49ers. So 49ers still mathematically in control of that division. Still in the division because of the tiebreaker.
Well, this game here, I believe, took place in London or overseas or something like that with the Jaguars and the Bears. A snooze fest at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, man, I'm still waiting on Dougie to get fired. The countdown clock is on. What is it, Tuesday?
Yeah.
Robert Solid, he got fired on Tuesday. I mean, damn, maybe they're waiting to Wednesday. Oh, no, but Jags just threw up an absolute turd. Shout out to Duval County. Look like anything's working for you today. The Bears, let me tell you something. Caleb Williams, his best game, I feel, of the year. Even 23 out of 29, 226 yards. They had 4 touchdowns in this game. His highest touchdown total in this game. He also had 1 pick. DeAndre Swift, 17 carries of 91 yards. Caleb Williams also had 4 carries for 56 yards in this game. Meanwhile, the Jags, Trevor Lawrence, just don't have it this year, man. The locks are just not having. Maybe he cut his hair. 23 of 35, 234, 2 tutties and an interception. Also had Evan Ingram, the former Giant, had 10 for a buck 2. But yeah, man, the Jags just didn't have it. Just can't score when they need to. That's an indictment of Doug Peterson. The Bears got it going in the second quarter and didn't take the foot off the pedal. 35-16. The Bears now 4-2. Look out for the Chicago Bears. Bears now 4-2 in play for that division. Still, I mean, I think everybody in that division has a 4 or more wins in that division. Shout out to the NFC North. Also, it's low-key best division in football right now. Meanwhile, the Jags, Duval County, dropped to 1-5. Yeah, man, the Fire Dougie watch is still on.
Well, an enjoyable game that took place was the Buccaneers and the Saints. That was a pretty good game, and I believe that what's name is playing his way into an MVP.
I bet it was enjoyable for you, because now you can stick at the Saints fans and say, "Man, y'all ain't won a game since y'all beat us," but they can say, "Yeah, but we beat y'all." The Buccaneers. This was one of the longest games because this was a pretty entertaining game, especially in the first half. The Buccaneers, and it was a game of runs, Walt. The Buccaneers in the first quarter, scored 17 straight points to have a 17-0 lead. But then the Lions, the Saints outscored the Buccaneers 27-7 to take a 27-24 lead. But then the Buccaneers scored a touchdown in the third to take the lead, and they put the pedal to the metal, scoring in the second half 27 unanswered points to win. Get this score, 51-27. 51-27. The Saints, 2-4, have not won a game since they beat the Cowboys. That was their Super Bowl, Walt said, and I guess it was. The Buccaneers, hanging with the Falcons, improved to 4-2. It seems like a two-team race in that NFC South. Buccaneers, like you said it before, man. Baker Mayfield having a great year. Did throw three interceptions, but also had 4 tutties in this game. Spencer Rattler, his first start, the former Gamecock and Oklahoma Sooner. He was 22 of 40 for 243. Had a tutty, but also had two picks in this game. Some guy named Sean Tucker rushing the ball. He had to give him a great game. He had 14 carries for $136. Why he ain't playing for the Cowboys? Almost a 10-yard per average. Also had a tutty in this game. Buccaneers win 51-27 to 4-2. The Saints now flip that number 2-4. Move on, Walt.
Next up is the game of the day to me. I don't know how they didn't get game of the week. The Washington Commanders and the Baltimore Ravens, the best game of the weekend in the NFL to me.
Yeah, man. Listen. If you didn't watch this game, this was it started off a slugfest. Both teams are basically spitting images of each other. Uber athletic quarterbacks. Have a couple playmakers on the outside, can run the football, and both teams can play defense. But it was the Ravens outlasting the Commanders. The Commanders try to put on a late push in the fourth, but too little, too late. Ravens win 30-23. Both teams 4-2. Don't look now, but the Ravens have won 4 straight since the 0-2 start. I guess they got well against the Cowboys. But
Lamar is playing at a high level again. He is looking like another MVP. You paired him with Derrick Henry in the back. Zay Flowers, let me tell you, that's who has surprised me in this game. I know Ravens fans give him a lot of flock or whatever, but Zay Flowers turned it on. He had over 100 and some yards in the first half. I think at one point he was 8 of 8, 100 and some yards in the first half. And he turned it on this game. And what I like about them, they got Mark Andrews, who has basically took a back seat. He's like, well, if I got to block, I just got to block. Like, he's not demanding the ball, and he's blocking very well. He's playing his part. That defense, again, is still a good defense. They're a well-balanced team over there. And what I do like, you put Lamar under center, it is going to change the way that these teams start defending the Ravens. Him under center with Derrick Henry in the back, you give him that option to pass or drop back and throw and go Derrick Henry block it. It looked really good against the Commanders.
Yeah, best backfield in the NFL. Lamar Jackson and King Henry still leading the league in rushing.
Hey, he could have been here. It only took $6 million.
Yeah, Jared, ain't nobody coming through the door. We all we got.
We all we got.
Dirty ENT.
Yeah. All right. Move on, Walt.
Next up is the Cardinals and the Packers. That was a good.
Nah, it kind of what.
It started out good. The Packers just pulled off on them.
Yeah, Packers pulled away. Listen, Arizona kind of tried to make it a game in the second quarter, but too much Packers in this game. Too much Jordan Love. Was 22 of 32, 254 tutties and an interception. Also, Jacobs had 18 carries for 62 yards in this game. Packers pull away late. Cardinals, listen, tried to hang in there, but this was a blowout at the end. 34-13. Packers moved to 4-2. Cardinals flipped that number. They're 2-4. Don't look out now, but the Packers making their case for, hey, we got something to say in the NFC North. Shams, you got anything to say?
That game, hey, did I not say Jordan Love was gonna have that team at the top of their division? I said it in the offseason. I said, beware of Jordan Love this upcoming season.
Well, your other brother said it was quarterback controversy.
Huh?
How he feels, wonder how he feels now.
Malik Willis came out there, won that game when he was gone. And
he's on the Malik Willis train.
I went on Malik. I just said,
well, you had to be. You were sitting up there creating controversies that wasn't no controversy. So I thought, well, hey, I don't know, maybe something about Malik Willis you like. I don't know.
No, wasn't that just Jordan Love was gone and Malik Willis came out there throwing that ball around and winning them games, and then Jordan Love come back and he's throwing the ball around and get loose. Like, wait a minute.
Oh, come on. Don't do that. Don't do that. 34-13, Packers get the win. Move on, Walt, please. Thank God.
A snooze fest, the Colts and the Titans.
Yeah, man, it was unfortunate. It was a ball boy. Caught it off in this game. So hopefully he's doing okay. Other than that, the Colts get the win 20-17 over the Titans. Colts 3-3. Titans 1-4. This game, like I said, was snooze play. It was close throughout, but the Colts pulling away with 10 unanswered points in the fourth to win it, to steal it in the end, 20-17. Joe Flacco, hey man, listen, all this dude do is come in when teams are struggling, win games, and get his team to the playoffs. Maybe he can do that with the Colts like he did with the Browns last season. Colts win 2017. Move on, Walt.
Yeah, what a snooze fest of a game. A game that got out of hand, which should have got out of hand earlier, is the Texans and the Patriots. I don't know what the Texans was doing, playing with their food a little bit.
Hey, listen, you can play with your food when you playing the Patriots. Listen, my Super Bowl team that I have winning the Super Bowl proved me right. Listen, this was a beating. All right, this is a beating so bad. The Patriots try to throw in their old Patriot uniforms where they look like the old Patriots, and they just getting they behind smack. Texas win 41-21 in this game. Texas go to 5-1. Patriots go to 1-5. Listen, the story of this game was Mixon running that ball, 13 carries, 102 yards in this game. C.J. Stroud, modest day, but he had a efficient day. 20-31, 192, 3 touchdowns and an interception. But hey, it was the debut of Drake May. 20-33, 243, 3 tutties and interception. Looked pretty good, but threw some major interceptions in that game. Texas win this game, going away very comfortably. 41-21. Shams, anything you want to offer?
Yeah, that may be my. I mean, I told you my brother has already jumped ship to the Texans.
That's a good man.
I cannot be mad at him. He'll be set. Caleb will be 17 on Saturday. So I told him to get out when he can, while he can. Get out while he can.
Okay. It's too late for me. Save yourself. Whoa, let's move on.
Yeah, thank God. Oh God, for next game, the Eagles and the Browns.
Oh yeah, man. This was who's gonna get fired if they lose this game. First, listen, I'm shocked. Not only Coach Dougie didn't get fired, prior to Browns ain't made a change. Listen, this was 2017. Actually, to tell you the truth, the Browns put up one heck of a fight this game. This was tied at halftime, 10 apiece. But the Browns made too many mistakes at the end. I think some missed field goals. Eagles able to outlast them. But the story was the head coach of the Eagles just going back and forth with the fans. With the fans. What was that about, Shams?
Basically, he said when they winning, they good, but when they losing, they hate them. But I think a lot of Eagles fans, even after this win, are still calling for Nick Sirianni to be fired. That it's a lot of people, and even Woody I think his name is Woody McClay. I think it's Woody. So, yeah, on one of them talk shows, he was saying he just cannot stand this dude. Oh look, the Cowboys getting ran through on my screen again. A lot of people don't like this man, and it to me that game. Oh, I know why. We should be ashamed of ourselves.
They threw about 15 passes in the backfield.
Boy even made it all the way down. The thing with that Eagles, I watched that Eagles and Browns game, and the Browns had all the opportunities to win that game. Oh look,
there's another ball
wide open. The Eagles had all the opportunities to win that game. I mean, the Browns did. Deshaun Watson.
They had looked like the same play that they did a few minutes ago on the Cowboy. They ran it again. Oh damn! Wait. Oh,
they still scoring. They still scoring.
Well, hell, they put up 47 points, Kendrick. I mean, they show every touchdown.
Yeah, Eagles pick up this win at 3-2. The Browns go to a miserable 1-5. But the Eagles are not a good 3-2 team. Listen, something stinks in there. Like I said, they're second in the division, but they're not a good football team. Eagles are 20, Browns 16. Let's move on, Walt.
Next up, we had a scary moment in this game where the coach had to be taken to the back in the Chargers versus Broncos, and Chargers still come up with a win, even though Jim Harbaugh had to be taken to the back. And I don't know, I don't know if they said it was a heart attack or what, but he had to be taken to the back of the field.
No, it wasn't a heart attack. He had a heart murmur.
Okay.
Maybe he had heart palpitations. Maybe his heart was beating a little too fast or a little off rhythm. But he was able to come back. But listen, this game was well in hand by the Chargers most through the first 3 quarters, but then here comes back the Denver Broncos, making a tremendous comeback, but a little too late. Chargers outlast them 23-16. Justin Herbert 21 out of 34, 237 and a tutty. J.K. Dobbins, that's the guy who could have been on the Cowboys running. 25 carries, 96 yards. Also had a tutty.
He's been balling. He another running back that's been balling this season.
Yeah, I guess he was too much for the Cowboys. Bo Nix 19 and 33, 216. Most of that was in that comeback. 2 tutties and an interception. He also was the team's leading rusher, 6 for 61 in this game. Shams, anything to offer about it?
No.
Okay. All right. Chargers move to 3-2. Broncos go to 3-3.
Yeah, this next game, I still understand this. He played the team won 32-13, and they said, yeah, well, we going with a new quarterback as the Steelers defeat the Ravens, and then next week, Russell Wilson's gonna get his shot. Kendrick, he's coming back.
You cannot make that make sense to me simply because I understand them promising Russell at the beginning of the season that you can't lose your job to injury, but at the same time, Romo lost his job to injury.
I think I figured out why. They're doing this. The trade deadline is 2 weeks away. They want to put him out there and see, is it worth keeping him, or should we just go ahead and ship him out before the trade deadline? That's why I think they're doing this.
I tell you what, I got different thought. The power of Sierra. Listen. This was a beating. It's a controlled beating. By the Steelers.
Oh, and they got the Sunday night game next week too against the Jets. So
yeah, another Sunday night, 2 out of 3 weeks. Wow. The Jets getting a lot of primetime game.
Guess what? Don't worry about it. When the Cowboys come back. Guess what they play?
Yes, Sunday night. The Raiders are in a bad way. In a really bad way. They can't score. The offense is bad. Devontae Adams just got traded. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing. He may be traded to a worse spot. But Devontae Adams gonna be playing the back-to-back the same team. Play the Steelers this week. Next week gonna be playing the Steelers. Wow, okay. Steelers get the win. They're 4-2. Raiders 2-4, 32-13. Well, let's move on.
Yeah, another snooze fest after this one. the Falcons and the Panthers. The Falcons destroy the Panthers 38-20.
Yeah, man.
Another team they're gonna destroy.
Who? Oh yeah. That's Boogie. Oh well, they're playing. According to Walt, they're playing on the road, so they give them a chance.
Yeah, we playing on the road. We coming to Atlanta.
Yeah,
we don't lose on the road. Undefeated, Kendrick, on the road.
Yeah, this game was very kind of entertaining the first half, man. Both these teams was trading points, but the Falcons came through in the fourth quarter with 10 straight to kind of put this game on ice. If you look at I got Kirk Cousins 19 of 30, 225.
Bijan even scored in this game.
Yeah, Bijan scored. He's 15 carries, 95 yards. Also had 2 touchdowns in this game. Shout out to Bijan. Andy Dalton, 26 out of 38, 221, 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. That's pretty much Andy Dalton right there. He's gonna throw as many touchdowns he do interceptions. Chuba Hubbard, he's having a good year. He's 18 carries for 92 yards. But the Panthers fall to 1-5. The Falcons now tied with the Bucks for the division lead. 4-2. Good football team, man. Sneaky good football with a lot of weapons. A lot of good offense. Fun team. Well, move on.
We already know the score of the next game. We don't need to go in long form about that. I feel like we covered that all night. The Cowboys lose to the Lions 47-9. Next up, another snooze fest. I don't know who thought this was a good idea to put this game on a Sunday night. But I don't whoever decided to put this game on it at Sunday night should have been tied down and forced to watch it as the Bengals played the New York Giants.
That game was so weird to me.
It made no sense.
Yeah,
it made absolutely no sense.
Yeah, 17-7. This game was a snooze fest. Joe Burrow, the I guess the spark of the game was Joe Burrow's long touchdown. He had 4 carries of 55 yards.
He got sacked about 7 times.
Yeah, most of that was on that 1 carry. He also was 19 of 28 for 208 in this game. Also Daniel Jones doing Daniel Jones thing, 22 of 41 for 205, an interception in this game. Basically, 2 bad football teams playing each other. Bengals outlasting both teams now 2-4 on the season. Well,
and lastly, the game that got the trades going today. The Bills and the Jets. The Bills beat the what's name by 3, and the next morning they wake up and said, "We know what, it wasn't good enough. We need another receiver."
This was a very, very back and forth game. Aaron Rodgers with a Hail Mary at the end of the first half kind of sparked the
Hail
team.
Mary God.
Yeah, he is. People talking about how did he do that? Basically, in the second half it was tied. It was tied at 20. But the Buffalo Bills get a field goal in the fourth to pull away 23-20. As we look at the stats, Josh Allen 19 of 25, 215, 2 tutties in this game. He also ran it for 9 carries for 18 yards. Also had a tutty rushing the ball. Aaron Rodgers, 23 of 35, 294, 2 touchdowns and an interception. Bryce Hall, 18 carries, a buck 13 in this game. Lazard also had six receptions for 114 yards. Garrett Wilson had 8 receptions for a buck 07 and in this game. But Bills outlast them. Jets still on a losing streak, 2-4. Hopefully, they think Devontae Adams is going to save them. I think not. They fall to 2-4
when they finish 5-12.
Yeah, well, they all those trades and stuff. Then they said, "Well, we ain't got no picks." Well, I guess Aaron Rodgers gonna find another team to go to. Bills go to 4-2. They're leading their division, and that is the week of what week? It's week 6. It's week 6.
Yes,
week 6.
That is week 6.
Okay, and also to start off week 7, if anybody wants to know, you got a very barn burner on Thursday. Broncos Saints. Get ready.
Ain't that was something with Drew Brees or Sean Payton or somebody? Something big going on with that game.
Well, it's Sean Payton going back to New Orleans. Yeah. on a Thursday.
This might be his first time going back to New Orleans since he's been.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's his first time going back to New Orleans. So, yeah.
Okay, well, that,
and also
that
Cowboys have a bye. Thank goodness. They so it won't be. Well,
are you sure we can't lose on the bye?
Hold on. Well, actually, we did lose.
We lost today.
Yeah, we lost today. Jerry Jones lost. Got another L for the Cowboys on Tuesday. He didn't even take the Sunday. So,
wow.
I guess we got to regroup.
Wow.
Jared. Got to look at the film. How bad he was today. Get back to work on Wednesday. Get prepared for the 49ers. Sundays for that.
I think the Roots. I don't think they can work out until like Saturday or some shit like that.
Okay.
Yeah, Michael Parsons was at the fair today.
Some people say he was. Some people he was at the first Sunday. He's mine. He wasn't at the stadium.
Well, that's not true because we saw him at the stadium. So
I just want y'all to know. Look at these prices. Look at these prices in Atlanta. All the other games, but look at that one game on 11/3 on 11/3.
Jerry's back. Jerry's back. It's all about the brand, baby. It's all about the brand.
Yeah, it is. All right, Kendrick. So before we get out of here, let's go over your top 10 list real quick. I'm pretty sure
you didn't have any problems with it in the chat today. I guess you agreed with it.
Somewhat.
All right. I can't. I know I can't please everybody. I can't deal with somewhat.
Hey,
all right.
Real quick, Kendrick. Yes. I know you don't have them in your top 10, but where would you rank the Cowboys?
30. How many teams is it? 32? 33.
32.
Be honest.
Rank them 33.
To be honest, I will put the Cowboys at 20.
Okay, 20. So ESPN got them at 19, so you're right there.
Yeah, at 20. But the way they did, but give it about a couple weeks. They got lower to go. Trust me on that. Okay. All right, let's get to the power rankings. I dropped this at 14 a.m. this morning. Wow. Okay, man. I was up there, man. Dang. Okay. All right.
Yeah, you blew my. Yeah, that message went off. I said, "What is Kendrick doing?"
Getting ready
I usually drop it right after the game, but I forgot. I was doing something. But I said, man, I gotta drop this right now. All right, let's get down to it. At 10, team that got handed a hot L, but I still believe that they're good enough to be in the top 10, man. They played the Baltimore Ravens tough up there till the end, but they're a good football team, even with the L. It doesn't matter if the L is how the L looks, in my opinion. Some people in my threads, because I put this on my threads, they were mad saying, how come the Packers wasn't in the top 10? They won. Well, I think the Commanders are a better football team than the Packers. So got the Washington Commanders at 10. At 9, team that got a dub last night, the Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen. They keep on trucking, leading the division. Don't think they're quite a top 5 team, but hey, maybe they can bounce back in the next few weeks. Got a few more tough games to go in the next couple weeks. We'll see what the Bills at 9. At number 8, team to put 51 on the New Orleans Saints, giving the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the A spot at number 7.
I think they're too low.
They're too low. Okay, well, hey,
I think that no. I'm just saying. I just
they
think
are.
For the wins that they have. I know that 1 L to the Falcons was bad. I mean, it wasn't bad. It was an overtime L.
The Broncos game. The Broncos L was bad.
Yeah.
At home. Yeah. When they got almost skunked. They almost got shot. Yeah. Baker Mayfield doing Baker Mayfield teams. Good team. But hey, in the top 10, 8. At number 7, a team I like a lot.
They definitely should be high. They definitely should be higher than the Bears.
No. Bears are playing some good football, playing good defensive ball.
Okay.
They finally
come after Caleb Williams after his first 2 starts, and he's been balling.
He's been balling. He's seen things seem to be slowing down for Caleb Williams. He's now that offense is starting to click I like the Bears where they're at number 7. At 6, hey, this team right now, listen, they're balling, man. They're flying high. I don't know if it's the Dirty Birds going down there, but the ATL, I mean, listen, the Fighting Usher Raymonds, they're doing their damn thing. The Atlanta Falcons are playing some good ball, 4-2. I didn't think they would be this good, but hey, shout out to the Falcons at number 6. At number 5, listen, had a big time win, done won 4 straight games. Best backfield in the league. King Henry, Mar Jackson, the Baltimore Ravens at 5. They're doing their damn thing. Listen, I think they're the second best team. I think they're the third best team in the AFC right now. But the second best team in the AFC right now is my 4th spot.
Oh.
The reigning.
Oh god.
And
how disgusting.
Handy 2-time champions. The Kansas City Chiefs.
You just can't do it, Kenny. You just can't put them out of the top 5.
They're not going out the top 5. They're undefeated. They haven't lost again. They haven't lost since December. I mean, they haven't lost. That deserves. Listen, they're the standard bearer of everything that's excellent in National Football League. Kansas City Chiefs at number 4. At number 3, but a team that's playing better ball has one more loss. My team that I think is going to be this year's reigning and defending champion, the Houston Texans, balling right now. 5-1. Texas, you do have a football team. They're just not in North Texas. They ain't South Texas. Them boys are getting it done. Houston Texans at number 3. But at number 2, my God, the disrespect. I mean, they were so disrespectful. I almost put them at number 1. I almost put them at number 1.
They should be the number 1 team on this list.
The Detroit Lions.
I don't see how they're not number 1.
They got it all. They can run the ball. They can pass the ball.
They can play defense.
But they got a big hole on defense. Their best player's done for the year. That's the only reason I didn't put them at number 1.
Come on, man.
Look at that.
And they still touched up the quarterback without him on the field.
That ain't saying much with the Cowboys. But until they solve that problem, this team, the other undefeated team, that team nobody saw coming. That team was Sam Darnold.
The Vikings.
The Minnesota Vikings. Shout out to the late, great Prince. Oh, what? Getting it done. Undefeated.
So is Prince's fault that they're number 1.
Can I actually finish my rant, please, before you start?
Go ahead.
My God. Listen, Walter. I keep having to tell you, I am the star, and I demand star treatment.
Well, not looking at this list.
Not from a 30 like you sitting up there interrupting me. All right. Okay. The Vikings doing their thing. Here we go again. The Vikings doing their thing at number 1. On the replay before Walt gets into his little rant again. The sad little man that he is. I mean, maybe he's taking a cue from the other sad little man, Jerry Jones. Commanders at number 10. Bills at 9. Those Bucks at number 8. Fighting Bears team I like a lot.
I don't have to concern myself with people that I don't have to deal with.
Well, then to get out there, you can just leave. All right. I'm the star. 6, Falcons. 5, best backfield in football, the Ravens. 4, Chiefs. 3, Texas. 2, the Lions. And number 1, the Minnesota Vikings. Thank me. I am so beautiful right now.
Can I ask you a question? How the Chiefs and the Vikings?
I really wish you wouldn't, but you probably is.
Yeah, 2 teams that didn't play this week. How are they in the top? What's the name?
They're for once. One is undefeated, and the reigning 2-time champions. And 2, who's the other one didn't play?
Chiefs and the Vikings didn't play, and then you only move the Chiefs
back. And the other, both are undefeated and playing great ball. Listen, I would have put the Lions number 1. I would have put them, but
the team 47-9. It's impressive.
that injury to their best player on their team has me worried.
And they still put up 47 points and held the other team to 9.
It ain't saying much. We got to come to this fact. It ain't saying much about beating the Cowboys anymore. I mean,
it had Jerry Jones going on a rant. What are we talking about? It got you an epic moment.
Because he knows it ain't saying much about beating the Cowboys anymore. So, I mean, everybody does it. Everybody takes a turn with it. I mean, I'm pretty sure the 49ers say, hey, man, we know we can get healthy against this team. A lot of Falcons think the same thing. We can do
the Browns couldn't beat the Cowboys. The Steelers couldn't beat the Cowboys. And Giants couldn't beat the Cowboys. Not everybody can do it.
I think the rain delay cost the Steelers that game right there. I mean, you got to go to an hour and a half. You're unprepared. So I think that's the reason right there. But otherwise, the other two teams ain't worth dirt. But
Buccaneers should be higher. Buccaneers. You can replace them with the Chiefs.
Your hatred for Patrick Mahomes knows no bounds. I mean, good God.
It'd just be a great day when you can do one of these lists. And I have Patrick Mahomes in the top 5.
That's what it comes down to, Patrick Mahomes.
Why do you hate Patrick Mahomes when he's still winning regardless or whatever?
He's winning.
They didn't even play this week.
Yeah, he didn't play. He don't need to play this week because he's undefeated. He hasn't lost. He hasn't lost since last season. All right? He hasn't lost since December. All right?
Let me
tell you something. I'm going to say this again to you. He is the reigning, defending, 2-time in a row champion. He's going for a 3-peat. He won't get it because my Houston Texans will win it, but he's going for it. And that earns him some respect. Now, you put some respect on that man's name.
Right.
All right?
Right. Baker Mayfield's up here putting up 51 points on the team. And
man, nobody gives a damn.
And you got them right. Exactly. Say it again. You don't give a damn. That's why you got them ranked. You got them ranked number 8 behind the Bears.
Baker Mayfield threw four touchdowns. He also threw 3 interceptions. So he was getting it and getting it. He was getting it. So he was giving it. He was getting it. So that's enough on that. I mean, listen. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Nice, good little football team. But this is the Kansas City Chiefs, man. That's the levels to this. And I still, even with that, Shams, I still wants the Kansas City Chiefs out the top 10. He don't want my top 5. He wants the top 10 completely.
I want them out the top 5. I mean, every week
you actually want them out the top 10. Just a minute.
I don't want them out the top 10. You put them top 10.
I got the Kansas City Chiefs 4th. It is still a problem. It is still a problem.
It is. You just had a team put up 51 points. We had a team put up 51 points, and we just got them down here, dragging around at number 8.
That let you know about the team they put it up. The last win they got was against the Cowboys. But you still want me to hold straight to the line.
But you're praising Caleb and the Bears for beat up on the Jaguars.
Listen, the Bears are doing great.
Who you said the coach is getting fired?
Who?
You said the Jaguars coach is getting fired. You praising the Bears for beating up on the little podunk Jacksonville Jaguars.
Well, listen. I mean, everybody's been beating up on the Jaguars, but listen, nobody saw the Bears being this good. I mean, Caleb Williams, if he's a rookie quarterback, he's figuring it out. He's getting wins.
I honestly, did you think the Buccaneers are gonna be this good?
Actually, I did. I had them pick. Actually, I did. I thought this was gonna be good. That's a good football.
And the Buccaneers, they like I said, he's got 15. Baker's got 15 touchdowns.
Do you have some stock with Baker or something? Do you have something going on with Baker?
No. I think the Buccaneers should be higher than the Bears. They should be higher than the Falcons. They should be higher than the.
Hold on, why should they be higher than the Falcons? They lost to them.
Okay, but they came back and smashed the team 51 and put 51.
It don't matter. They lost. They lost to the Falcons.
Commanders lost, and you got them on the list.
Yeah, because I think they're a better football team than the Packers. Even with a loss, I think they're a better football team.
Oh, I get it. So if a team entertains you, they make the list. I'm sorry, I misunderstood your power rankings. I thought it was about actual wins and losses, but it's about teams that impress you and look good to you and make highlight plays you. I'm sorry.
You are a big hater, Walt.
Now I understand what the list is.
The Commanders.
I know what the list is going for, so now I won't criticize it. I understand.
I wish you have thought that concept about a month ago. But here we are.
No,
But
I fully
listen,
get it now.
listen, the L's matter, but it's in the concept of how the L's come. If the Commanders would have got wiped out, I would have put the Packers at 10. They got wiped out. But the Commanders had a good showing in Baltimore. I didn't think it'd be that close. They had a good showing with a team that's right now the hottest team in the NFL going right. Nobody wants to play the ball, and they played them damn good. I'm gonna keep them in the top 10. But if they lose again,
well, we'll see. We'll see.
But the Chiefs, I can see this going. I can see with Kansas City. I can see them this undefeated streak going for another 3-4 weeks. I mean,
I bet you can. Oh, if anybody sees it, I bet you can see it. You want it. You want it.
Listen, I love greatness. I'm not getting in North Texas. I might as well get in South. I might as well get in South Kansas City. I mean, It's greatness going on here. That's going on there.
Hey, it's I enjoy it.
Don't you low key wish? Man, I wish it come in your mind when they I wish I was a Chiefs fan. I just want to experience. I just want to experience
my favorite football team winning something.
How good it feels.
I wish I could just experience my favorite football team.
When you see Kansas City fans out there went through that run on the road, don't you just kind of wish like, man, I wish that was us. Man, I wish we was going that road.
No, all I said was I wish my Cowboys could do it.
Well, I'm sorry. You wish for rain in the desert.
Yeah, they didn't have.
Oh man, what a great show! Now, even though that list was subpar.
Speaking of deserts, that's what Donald Trump left his MAGA crowd in the middle of a desert in Coachella on a ship farm. He cares about them. Left them on a manure factory. Left them in a manure farm. Left them out there to rot all night. Didn't even bring buses back for them.
Okay, so if I'm understanding correctly, Friday we're supposed to be back for the Mavericks Bucks game. Yeah. Okay. And then next week, and then we won't be back until next Thursday night when it all happens. It goes down.
I'll be in the building.
Season opener. Mavs and the Spurs.
You do have the Mavs. We still got the Mavs. All right.
Yeah.
Things are not bad as they seem. I mean, of course, Jerry had a meltdown of proportion and embarrassed himself and his family and his organization. But you still got the Mavs. The Texas Rangers until the next 3 weeks are still the defending champions, and the Dallas Stars are putting in work.
Yeah, Dallas Stars won tonight.
Dallas
Stars won a shootout in a shootout.
And I believe we getting Paige Beckers. So there's still things to be optimistic about. You know, there's still things to be
except the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Well, you can't. 4 out of 5 ain't bad.
Yeah, there you go. And shout out to Jerry who melted down today. My God, he had a moment. He had a moment. He had a moment. All right, man. So we'll be back Friday night. But until then, keep your feet on the ground. Keep reaching for the stars. Always do his best for business. If we don't see you around, then we'll see you around Friday night when the Mavs take on the Milwaukee Bucks.
Well, Jerry gonna be seeing Sean and RJ around.
I'll be at my brother's game watching DeSoto drop 80 on them.
I wish you guys nothing but best. The ceiling is the roof.